So good morning, everyone. Once again, welcome to this grand finale of the YEP Pain Point series, or the YEP series, Year-End Pain Point Marathon Completion, which we started on the Guru Purnima day. The survey started on, you can say, in the month of June. The queries started being answered on the Guru Purnima day, 2nd or 3rd and 3rd of July. And of course, we are here at the finale in this year itself. It has been quite a long journey. And trust me, guys, I have not left any of the pain point unanswered. And the simple reason for that is that I believe that whosoever has posted the query should get a complete answer from me. And I've tried, even though the questions were repeat in on many counts, there were a few things that were repeatedly asked, but I still answered all of them diligently. And I have tried to be very honest. And yes, since you all filled up the Google form, there were, you can say, those situations where some pain points would have been inadvertently left out. So we actually did a re-audit. I actually did the same re-audit last night because all the queries have been posted by my staff only. So yes, I did cross-check a couple of times, but not every time. But yesterday night, after the session, and today early morning, I rechecked everything and still found 2-3 queries which were inadvertently missed out. So we have not left out even a single query. And you can say total tallied, number tallied, questions tallied, everything has been done. And the same has been done for the finance as well, which we'll take up in the evening. So every question that has been posted will be answered. And normally I do a recap, but in this series, I have been doing a recap only in the 7th episode. So today I'll be doing a quick recap of all those questions which has been answered. This is streaming live in the PSG group as well. So you will know which all queries have been answered, which all episode they are. And of course, they are now, they've started to appear on YouTube as well. So, but this particular episode will go probably in the month of last of probably April or first week of May, as per the schedule that is there. So if you are attending live, great. If you are not attending live, then if you see your query in the PSD group that it has been answered already, then you will have to wait for the video. And of course, it stays in the PSD group also for a couple of days only. So allow me to share my screen so that we can begin the proceedings. So if you can see my screen and hear me clearly, please type LC in the chat box once again. So that I check out here also. That works once again. Check out here also. Okay. That is there. Okay. So thank you. Thank you so much. So this is Pain Point series grand finale, episode number 11, Sunday 31st December, supposed to begin at 8, but beginning a little late. So never mind. It's better that we all have gathered here on a Sunday. People are watching it on FB as well and on Zoom room as well. So thank you, God Almighty, for giving me much more than what I even did not deserve, is my always that my presentations begin with. And big thanks is due to my dad as well, who has been instrumental in teaching me the clinical part of finance, management, medical law, even you can say other law concepts or legal concepts. So this is my brief CV. You all are aware of it by now. So let's begin the YEP series grand finale, episode number, you can say 11, and my own webinar number 274 in this short span of 3.5 years, ever since I started online. I was talking last night as well. I started lecturing in offline in 2007 to overcome my defect of, you can say, whatever stammering of speech, I would say, that I had since childhood. To overcome that, I started speaking. Until date, I've done about 116 offline webinars in 16 long years. But in 3.5, I'm already at 274, readying up to go to 300 very soon. So please get a pen and a paper, because listening will never help. Writing down the main points will surely help. Surely writing down will make you learn better. Writing is the best form of learning. And I simply believe those who make notes make notes. Both the notes have spelling as same, but the thing is different. And of course, as a CSR, as a part of your give back to the society, I believe that you need to post your takeaways for those who did not attend. So what are the learning objectives for today? So I'll be answering all the pain points that we started or gave you in the June 2023 series, and we'll strictly not schedule today. The schedule is not 90 minutes, but 120 minutes. I'll try to stick to that and answer all the queries. And I did a recap previously. I'm doing a quick recap in part 11 as well as to whatever it is. So we just posted the queries as we received. There will be a few spelling errors. There will be a few grammatical errors, but we have ignored that so that the participants know that it is their query. So this is the series. We started on Tuesday, had a break of a day since I was traveling. So now if you're on the phone, please shift to PC or laptop. That will enhance your viewing experience. Make notes using pen and notepad, remove distractions around you. And of course, it is a Sunday. It is the last day of the year, and make it count. Learn from others' problems. If your solutions are not there, please feel free to get back to me, or you can say trust anyone. So this is where we started from on 3rd of July, the Guru Purnima day, when we started with session part 1 and 2. And then part 3 and 4 was taken up on Teachers Day. And then part 5 and 6 was taken up on the national holiday, 2nd of October. And then we started with the marathon series from 26th of December, a day after Christmas. So these are the episodes that have been done so far. And of course, a quick recap of what all questions have been answered, not divulging into the answers, but all the 10 parts which have been done so far. A quick recap of episode 1 started with pain points. We discussed about the differentiation in different forms. Pain points are nothing but problems that we all face in our clinical practice. In the 2022, when we did it in different headings of, we summarized under these 7 headings. But then in 2023, we segregated it in a different manner, and we took up in the priority order because our questions were put up in high, moderate, and low. This was not optional, but we took it on our onus to answer the high priority pain points first. And low, moderate, severe, or high, whatever, we started from high priority pain points going up to moderate, and then the low. And then there was a few people who did not fill in any category. So I've called them no category. And there are quite, you can say, 25% of the queries which are there in the no category, or not even low, moderate, severe, and quite a few interesting queries are there. So we are almost on the end or verge of completion of the moderate. The low are very low in number, and then we'll get on to the no category pain points. But before that, a quick recap. Number 1 query is from Surat, Gujarat, which was answered. I'm just stopping for a second or so that people know an idea which all have been answered. Query number 2 was from Indore, Madhya Pradesh. Query 3 from Perangaluttur, Tamil Nadu. Query number 4 from Meerut, Uttar Pradesh. Number 5 from Tier 3 city, India. Some people did not fill in the name of their city. We don't mind that. But number 6 was from Nagpur, Maharashtra. Number 7 from Pune, Maharashtra. Then we finished with episode 1. Episode 2 started from, you can say, with query number 8 from Nyamati Taluka, Karnataka. Number 9 from Pune, Maharashtra. Number 10 from Surat, Gujarat. Number 11 from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. Number 12 from Tier 2 India. Number 13 from Trivandrum, Tier 3 India. Number 14 from Hingoli, Maharashtra. Number 15 from Surat, Gujarat. Number 16 from Jamnagar, Gujarat. Number 17 from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Number 18 from Bhusawal district, Jalgaon, Maharashtra. Number 19 from Bhiwandi, Maharashtra. Number 20 from Srinagar, J&K. And then we started with episode number 3 in the month of September with pain point episode number 3. 21 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. And 22 from Mohali, Punjab. 23 from Panvel, Maharashtra. 24 from Pune right now, but shifting to a rural area in Rajasthan. 25 from Vadodara, Gujarat. 26 from Delhi, India. 27 from Delhi, India again. And then we came to at the end of episode 3 and started episode 4. And 28 from 26, 27. Yeah, 27 from Delhi, India. And 28 again from Thane, Maharashtra. 29 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 30th from Nina, Jewel City of Uttar Pradesh. 31 from New Gurgaon, Delhi NCR, Uttar Pradesh. 32 from again Bhusawal district, Jalgaon, Maharashtra. 33 from Hadgaon, Tehsil, Maharashtra. 34 from Vadodara, Gujarat. 35 from Dubai, UAE. 36 from Tier 1, India. 37 from Tier 3, India. 38 from Bengaluru, Karnataka. 39 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 40 from village Vani, Dindori, Nashik, Maharashtra. 41 from Ahmednagar, Maharashtra. 42 from Mysuru, Karnataka. 43 from Gandhidham, Gujarat. 44 from village Guthaj, Mehmedabad, Kheda, Gujarat. 45 from Vishakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. 46 from Nashik, Maharashtra. 47 from Delhi, India. 47 was finished in episode number 4. In episode 5, we started from 48. It was an anonymous query that I received from Endo Haveli participant. Was not in the part of survey, but it was a very intriguing query, so I answered that. 49 was from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. 50 was from Latur, Maharashtra. 51 from Ulhasnagar, Maharashtra. 52 from 52 was started in episode 6. So 52 from Ranchi, Jharkhand. 53 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 54 from Ludhiana, Punjab, my city. 55 from Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. 56 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 57 from Shirpur, Nashik, Maharashtra. 58 from Kottayam, Kerala. 59 from Mandi, Himachal Pradesh. 60 from Wardha, Maharashtra. Very painful query. 61 from Mehsana, Gujarat. 62 from Bengaluru, Karnataka. 63 from Tier 3 city, India. 64 from Quatribons, La Villa des Fleurs, Mauritius. 65 from Delhi, India. 66 from Kandakur near Hyderabad. 67 from Pune, Maharashtra. 68 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 69 from Sonipat, Haryana. 70 from Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. 71 from Dubai, UAE. 72 again. This 71 brought end to the high pain point queries, and then we started with the medium or the moderate pain point queries, priority medium. 72 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 73 from Thane, Maharashtra. And then we finished with episode number 6 from this series. Yep series started on 26th December. It was time to bring down the curtains to the pain points in this year itself, because the mantra for me has been finish what you start. And of course, pain point episode number 7 started this week only, Tuesday. And episode number 74 was from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 75 from again Mumbai, Maharashtra. 76 from Bangalore, urban Karnataka. 77 from Vasai, Maharashtra. 78 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 79 from Hyderabad, Telangana. 80 from Nagpur, Maharashtra. 81 from Moradabad, UP. 82 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 83 from Chamarajnagar, Karnataka. 84 from Thane, Maharashtra. 85 from Majalgaon district, Bid, Maharashtra. 86 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. And then episode number 8 started from Yavatmal query, query number 87 from Yavatmal, Maharashtra. 88 from Vadodara, Gujarat. 89 from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. 90 from Rajkot, Gujarat. 91 from Pune, Maharashtra. 92 from Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. 93 from Nagpur, Maharashtra. 94 from Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. 95 from Indi, Karnataka. And you can say for the first time I knew that there was a city called as Indi as well in India. So 96 from Ulhasnagar, Maharashtra. 97 from Balarpur, Chandrapur, Maharashtra. 98 from Aligarh, Uttar Pradesh. 99 from Bardoli, Gujarat. 100 from Satra, Maharashtra. 101 from Mumbai first year, Maharashtra. 102 from Merta city, Rajasthan. 103 from Ghaziabad, UP. 104 from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. 105 from Patiala, Punjab. 106 was started with episode number 9. 106 was from Anand, Gujarat. 107 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 108 was from South Delhi, India. 109 from Hyderabad, Telangana. 110 from Mangalore, Karnataka. 111 from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. 112 from Dubai, UAE. 113 from Valsad, Gujarat. 114 from Thane, Maharashtra. 115 from Surat, Gujarat. 116 from Bengaluru, Karnataka. 117 from Halwad, Gujarat. 118 from Theni, three-tier Tamil Nadu. 119 from Jodhpur, Rajasthan. 120 from Atmakur, Nandyal, Andhra Pradesh. 121 from Pune, Maharashtra. 122 again from Pune, Maharashtra. 123 from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. 124 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 125 from Vadodara, Gujarat. 126 from New Delhi, India. And with that, we started episode number 10 last morning, yesterday morning. Episode number 10 from 127 Bengaluru, Karnataka. 128 from Vadodara, Gujarat. 129 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 130 from Mumbai, Maharashtra again. 131 from Bengaluru, Karnataka. 32 from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. 33 from Nashik, Maharashtra. 34 from New Delhi, India. 35 from Jaipur, Rajasthan. 36 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 37 from Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. 38 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 39 from Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. 40 from Navsari, Gujarat. 41 from Udaipur, Rajasthan. 42 from Jodhpur, Tier 2, Rajasthan. 43 from Thane, Maharashtra. 44 from Tier 3 city, India. 45 from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. 46 from Surat, Gujarat. 47 from Hassan, Karnataka. 148 from Panchkula, Haryana. With that, we finished the 10 episodes with 148 queries. And today is the time for grand finale. So I've just taken a few minutes for a quick recap, about 15-20 minutes. And now at the stroke of 9 a.m., we are starting the session with query number 149. Finishing what you start has been my initiative. So this is the grand finale episode. And of course, episode number 274, webinar number 274, episode number 11. And the disclaimer is there will be some financial pain points. Colleagues have filled it in a different manner. Some of the financial pain points are there in this practice pain points and vice versa. When I'm taking finance pain points, there are, say, pain points of bargaining, pain points of footfall and that. I've tried to answer them unbiased. ये भूलते हुए कि ये फाइनेंस की क्वेरी है वहां पे डालो या ये पेन पॉइंट प्रैक्टिस की क्वेरी इसमें डालो. I've still tried to answer them unbiased, whichever is in that Google form. And of course, as I told you, we have done re-audit, and in re-audit, I actually came across 3 queries which were left out by my staff inadvertently. But the final line is that every query will be answered. So let's start from query number 149 from Karjat, Maharashtra. People's pull towards getting it done cheaply. As I said, there will be a few grammatical errors, but we have tried to post it in toto, whichever way we get it, whichever we have received it, I mean. So malpractices by other practitioners, lack of support in a rural setup, aversion to risk taking, difficulty in maintaining. The primary answer is that if people are getting towards those things, you can make them more aware. If you make them more and more aware via education marketing, that is the best way to come across, you can say, these malices or these ignorant parts of the society which are there. You can, if you are in a small village, or you can say small area or a taluka place or kind of area where you can say collab with your colleagues, sit down together. You can say sit it down, set up something called as a minimum pricing, set up something called as an ethical code of conduct within the circle itself, so that you all can combinedly grow together. So it is not about, you can say, people doing other things wrong, but yes, if people are not educated in the right way, then they will continue to falter for the lesser known ones. So if you have a lack of support and the aversion to risk taking is not there, then you need to educate those target audience for that part. So I hope that answers your query. So query number 150 from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. How to approach nearby vendors and societies for promotion point of view? How to convince those society members near our clinic to come for a dental checkup? Should we charge post root canal restoration separately? If yes, how to convey it to the patient? So regarding promotion, I would still believe that permissions part, payment part have to be done with your societies or vendors nearby. You can say in a detailed manner, in a verbal manner, and of course, once they decide upon that, do take a written approval for that, because sometimes people go back on their word. It is better to go for that. But yes, having said that, some of them will not be doing it for free. So if you're going to spend that money, make sure that it is accountable. Number one. Number two, other than accountability, I believe that today it is the time that you indulge more in the online marketing space rather than the offline space, because offline is comparatively costlier and can have a lesser reach, because people are still skeptical to come in those camps where they have that qualms in their mind that probably the instruments will not be sterilized. एक ही लिक्विड में डिप करके बार बार दिखाते हैं, although you might be doing it diligently, doing it, you can say, sterilization free, but I'm talking about the mindset of people who may have these kind of preconceived notions in their mind. So if they have those preconceived notions, it is for you to you can say remove them. Having said that, if you indulge in an online space, your website, your social media organic presence, along with your performance marketing, can both trigger a space wherein both the validation points can meet each other. Yes, organically you can be verified, and performance marketing wise you can get a bigger footfall. Remember that all the searches these days begin from the small device, 5, 6, 7 inch device that we have called as the cell phone. So don't underestimate the power of online marketing. So many people have benefited from these things, and in today's times it is absolutely dirt cheap compared to what it would be. I shudder to think what it would be 3, 4 years down the line. So it will be same in the offline space. Today, if you have to put up an ad in a press or a print media, it costs you a bomb. So you can't even compare what it you can say. You can start with a minimum 200 rupees, 300 rupees ad per day. That's it. 6 to 9,000 budget per month. That is where you are sorted for the month. Give it a try for at least 3 points. But yes, before that, I would suggest build up an organic base first so that audience gets a validation point. Otherwise, nobody is going to buy from you the first time they come across online. Remember this point whenever you go in for paid marketing. Anybody of you go in for paid marketing, remember this line: nobody is going to buy from you the first time they come across you online. They will seek validation. And what is going to give you them validation? Your online organic presence on your website, on your social media, on, you can say, on various channels, you doing education marketing. Don't underestimate the power of education marketing or content marketing. It is there to simply educate your public. Regarding your second query, should we charge post the root canal restoration separately? I believe it is your choice. But yes, it should be charged properly. It should be charged differently unless you add the charges to your root canal. But having said that, the patient needs to be given a clarity beforehand. You can simply say, yes, if your tooth needs an indirect restoration, means a crown, etc., as well, then you can mention it. Your pain would be gone after the root canal, but the treatment would not be complete. The treatment is completed when we do the root canal, the core, and the crown. You can convey it like this, because root canal filling, वो ऊपर वाली filling, नीचे वाली filling sometimes get confusing for the patient. So just imagine the core buildup. You can say simplify that. Top filling को core बोलते हैं हमारी भाषा में. So you can simplify it. So convey it before the start. Always say the job is not even half done. It is 1/3 done if you have to do. Yes, if you're going only for the direct restoration, then you ought to, you can say, ought to really charge well for that also. Then say your job is half done. The half job is done by the direct restoration, the post-operative buildup that is to be done. But do that before the procedure and not after. Afterwards, it is a, you can say, matter of discussion, debate, bargaining, and all those things coming into play. I hope that answers your query. 151 from Boiser, Mumbai, Maharashtra. There is a plateau in income. Now overall turnover and or gross receipts. Just a second. Yeah. Just a second. Yeah. Or gross receipts in a given year. is at the same level since last few years. Same time, professional and personal expenses are rising day by day, so it's becoming very hard to save for future. Seniors, chair side staff comparing themselves with junior ones. So you need to understand that if your turnover or gross receipts are same since the last few years and the plateau is there, are you actually raising your charges? Are you really, you can say, calculating your GPM or NPM? GPM or NPM, gross profit margin or net profit margin, is a procedure I always advise to do for every procedure at least once in a year, because your costing is going to change for the materials that you buy. Naturally, if your costing goes up, your expenses go up. So personal and professional expenses go up because materials get costly, lab bills increase, and of course, in our lifestyle, we face inflation. So if there is inflation on every count, how are you going to make ends meet with the same profit margin? You're going to face such kind of a situation where you are not able to make ends meet, or you can say you would be carrying home less every month. So make your charges in proportion with whatever inflation you are facing in personal and professional life, especially if you have only one source of income, that is your clinic. So understand that. And on this count, sometimes what we can control is that we stop giving a raise to our family members. I'm sorry, to our staff members. So who are like your family members as well. So if you don't raise your charges for the fear कि patient भाग जाएंगे, patient चले जाएंगे, then that is your problem. Don't make your problem as your staff's problem, who are relying on you only for their survival. That means they are living on the income that they generate from your clinic. That means they also have a single source of income. So don't do that. So obviously, if you carry home less, you're barely able to make ends meet. You'll have you have less net left in your hand. So where will you save for your future? सेविंग फॉर योर फ्यूचर, मैं कहता हूं सिर्फ दो चीजों के लिए सेव करना बहुत जरूरी है जिंदगी में. फॉर किड्स एजुकेशन, फॉर योर ओन रिटायरमेंट लाइफ. बच्चों की शादी के लिए ना भी जोड़ो ना, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. Yes, people will disagree with me, but that is, again, I don't consider that as a top priority. For me, giving good education to children is the first priority, or rather the second priority. But the first priority is your own retired life. Yes, of course, you can't differentiate कौन number one, number two, but वैसे mention कर रहा हूँ. But why do I say that is because you are not going to get any pension in your life. चाहे आप कॉलेज में काम करते हैं, चाहे आप अपने क्लिनिक में काम करते हैं, अगर कोई और सोर्स ऑफ इनकम नहीं है तो पेंशन नहीं मिलेगी, और पेंशन नहीं मिलेगी तो सर्वाइव कहां से करोगे आप? Nobody, you can say that then only option is to, you can say, look out towards your kids. I believe it is indeed a sorrowful life to, you can say, even think of living your life based on your kids, whatever they want to support you or not. वो अच्छा सपोर्ट करें बहुत अच्छा, नहीं करें, you can't rely on that. So senior chairside staff comparing themselves with junior ones, see, these are the situations we always will face in scenario. That is where I believe that you have to stand up and I can say designate or deservingly give the seniority status to your senior CSA, whichever they deserve, because you can not call them senior, you can call them catalysts who are actually training the junior colleagues. Give them power or empower them with an authority, but that authority comes with a responsibility. Does not mean that they cross the line. They would never do that if you are you can say have a certain kind of accountability set in that regard. So they will not do that. But yes, friction in workspace is one thing. You need to have a set pattern, set code of conduct for that. How are you going to deal with those kind of frictions in the workspace? So query number 3 from same is, patients focus on treatment charges and not on quality. Patients don't understand an importance of time and being non-punctual on appointments. So see, I always mention this thing, आपके question में ही आपका जवाब छुपा होता है. So if you believe that patients have less knowledge, or if they focus on this, who is supposed to give them knowledge? The answer is you. If you don't give them this knowledge about importance of being punctual, importance of taking charges, there is a way to convey. Sometimes we act like a bossy manner. You have come late. My next patient is coming, so I will not treat you. Please go back. Come next time. This is an authoritative way of doing it, which sometimes does not work. It sets a wrong impression. The simple way is that at least if the patient has come pretty much late, for example, the patient had an appointment at 10, he comes in at 10:50 and he does not even inform. You have the next patient due at 11. Call the patient, make him sit on the chair, talk to him, ask him about his well-being, check out for the tooth that is to be done. And if in the meantime the next patient walks in, the situation is automatically clear. And if the patient does not walk in, politely convey to the patient that whatever procedure I was supposed to do requires about 45 to 50 minutes. I would never want to rush into this procedure ताकि आपका कोई नुकसान हो जाए. For me, your well-being is paramount, so I would not wish to do it. So I would request you कि आप अगली बारी जो आपको सूट करता है वो टाइम ले लीजिए from the reception or for whichever way you are giving appointments. आप जहां पे ले लीजिए टाइम, but please stick to that time so that my next patients which are due also don't suffer, and I also don't have to rush through your job. This is a very fair way of conveying to the patients, and when you convey it in such a manner, nobody feel bad. Nobody will feel bad and they will do it. When we turn the patient away from the waiting area only, na, tum late aayo, agli baar aana, that is an impolite and an unfair way of doing it. So after all, the patient is your paymaster. It does not mean that, of course, he has bought you, but it means that they also need to be treated with respect and care. So you have to focus about the importance of the punctuality or the treatment charges or whatever the quality you want to convey. You have to educate them. That is why I always insist. आप मार्केटिंग पेड कर रहे हैं नहीं कर रहे हैं, ऑर्गेनिकली तो करिए, डिजिटली तो प्रेजेंस रहिए. आपको कोई जस्ट डायल पे भी सर्च करेगा, ऑर्गेनिकली तो आपको वैलिडेट करेगा ना. चाहे जस्ट डायल पर फ्री में आपकी लिस्टिंग है, आपकी येलो पेजेस पे भी फ्री लिस्टिंग है. somebody will search, let me search out this doctor. If you have a website, if you have a social media presence, if you are doing education marketing, you will be present, omnipresent everywhere on the channel. And if you're omnipresent, the people will get a validation point. हाँ यार डॉक्टर अच्छा है, reliable है, educate करता है, समझाता है. These are, you can say, pointers which will tilt the balance in your favor if the patient has 3-4 options to choose from. Think in those manners. If you have those preconceived notions, no, I can't face the camera, मेरे बाल छोटे हैं, बाल बड़े हैं, पिंपल है मुंह पे, वेट ज्यादा है, वेट कम है, वो एक्सक्यूजेस जिंदगी में कभी खत्म नहीं होंगे. वो कभी खत्म नहीं होंगे. So imagine these are the things that go a long way in deciding your destiny. So I hope that answers your query. So query number 152 from Ulhasnagar, Maharashtra. Patients not paying importance to dental treatment, patients negligence to dental treatment. If they are not paying importance, if they are negligent towards dental treatment, that means they are not aware of that. Who will create that awareness? Patient is not at fault. The 3 fingers pointing towards the person is at fault. You're pointing a finger at the patient, the 3 fingers are pointing towards you. So you understand who's at fault? You have to do that awareness. कोई बिजली नहीं गिरेगी, कोई आसमान नहीं चौंकेगा बंधेगा, या कोई भगवान का कोई अवतार नहीं आएगा नीचे पेशेंट को एजुकेट करने. It is you who have to educate because you are the masters of your profession. If you can't educate your target audience, if you can't educate public, then what is the fun of that? What is the fun of that? So what is the fun of your profession? So believing that somebody else will do my job is a wrong way of assessing what it is. So educate your audience. कंटेंट मार्केटिंग, एजुकेशन मार्केटिंग ऑर्गेनिक वे में तो करना शुरू करो. क्लिनिक में जो समझाते हो पेशेंट को, उसको एक सामने फोन का कैमरा खोल कर रिकॉर्ड करके यूट्यूब पे डाल दो. व्हाट इज डिफिकल्ट इन दैट? नहीं नहीं नहीं, लोग क्या कहेंगे? पीपल विल ऑलवेज पॉइंट आउट टुवर्ड्स दोस डेफिशिएंसीज व्हिच दे कांट डू देमसेल्व्स. क्रिटिक वही होता है जो खुद वो काम नहीं कर सकता. आस्क अ क्रिटिक. देयर इज अ क्रिटिक, यू कैन से नोन एज Khalid Mahmood, Khalid Mohammed or Khalid Mahmood. He was used to write absolute negative reviews, just like Rajiv Masand. So of course I'm not taking names in that regard, but उन्होंने जिंदगी में किसी पिक्चर की तारीफ नहीं की है. And once Khalid Mohammed had a chance to direct a movie, he made a bomb of a movie. So बोलना बहुत आसान है, क्रिटिक करना बहुत आसान है. मैं ऐसे नहीं कर सकता, इसके वीडियो में ऐसा होना चाहिए, इसकी वीडियो में लाइटिंग नहीं अच्छी, इसकी वीडियो में कैमरा नहीं अच्छा. खुद करके देखो, पता लग जाएगा कितना इजी होता है काम, कितना इजी होता है काम. इमेजिन इवन दीज क्वेरीज अलग अलग जगह से अलग अलग कॉर्नर्स में आई, सेम फॉन्ट साइज, सेम एवरीथिंग, सेम कलर स्कीम में करना, प्रेजेंटेशन बनाना कितना मुश्किल है. उसके बाद ये आपको इनवाइट करना जूम रूम में, उसके बाद आना, क्यूआर कोड जनरेट करना, लिंक्स बनाना. इट्स नॉट अ इजी जॉब. इफ यू फील दैट हम तो वेले ही हैं, मैं नहीं वेला हूं. This is probably the first time in my life, शायद कोविड वाले टाइम को छोड़ दो, when we were having holidays kind of a scenario, this is the first time I'm working on a Sunday online. I never take sessions online because this is my rest day as well. But then my insistence was to finish these pain points. I had taken a break in between one day. I kept a buffer of Sunday so that even if I miss one day, I had to travel, so that I use this day. So that is what I am doing it, because I don't want to take it to 2024. It is unfair on our part. People who have posted their query in the month of first week of June, उनकी queries आज आंसर हो रही है 6 महीने बाद, 7 महीने बाद. So it is unfair on us. Although we are doing every effort that we can every month, but then that is the difference between these two things. Accountability आपको खुद को लेनी है अपनी तरफ. So understand that whatever your responsibility is to educate your target audience. And if you can't educate your target audience, then nobody else can. Please don't blame anyone else for the job you are supposed to do. I hope that answers your query. So query number 153 from Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. No exponential growth after 20 years of practice. How to prevent staff from being casual and sitting on our head. Patients miss appointments and don't inform patients in spite of me telling them to be on time. Also their award-winning reaction upon knowing the treatment charges. So no exponential growth. See, compounding में भी ना exponential 20 साल के बाद ही मिलती है growth. So why do you want an exponential growth? The thing is, we get those things only that are destined to be or that we deserve. पहली बात तो ये है कि अगर आपके पास exponential growth हो जाए, do you have the operational capacity to handle that growth? The chaos of growth is beautiful. The only thing is, are you ready to handle it? If you are not ready to handle it, then don't expect an exponential growth. First, increase your operational capacity to handle that kind of growth. I'm not saying you don't have it, but if you have it, fair enough. Then make effort for it. Relying only on word of mouth marketing is totally unhealthy. Word of mouth is luck by chance, bonus. Some days Diwali, some days Diwala. Some months you will have a lot of patients, some months you will have nil of patients from word of mouth. So that is actually not a strategy. Strategy is something which you can control the output or the results. If you can't control the output and results in some things, you can't call it a strategy. It is Bhagwan Bharose. That is what the word of mouth exactly is. So majority, I would say 90% plus of us rely only on word of mouth or referrals for that. And when that growth does not happen, the simple answer is, my luck is bad. God is very unkind to me. It does not happen that ways. It does not happen that ways. You don't blame external factors for the factors that you don't do in your life. So staff from being casual and sitting on our head because you have not given them a JD. Now, I am making this gesture and telling you JD does not mean it is a khamba, or a JD does not mean a Jack Daniel here. It means a job description document. Do you have the written one given to them? What are the duties they are supposed to perform? Many of us don't do it. And then when you do this, are you tracking those parts? If you're not tracking those things, not doing that things, how are you going to, you can say, tell them that you have not done this task or you're not done that task? So then patient missing appointment, don't inform. Of course, telling them does not work. I've just told in the previous query, you have to, you can say, convey and convince them. Sometimes हमारे पास क्या सिचुएशन होती है कि 10 बजे टाइम दिया, patient comes at 10:50, as I gave in the previous example. Patient comes at 10:50, लेकिन हमारे पास 11 बजे टाइम नहीं है. Just to make the patient learn a lesson, we say, please go back, I have an appointment at 11. नहीं भी होती है. Just convey it. आज आप लेट आए हैं, आज आपकी किस्मत अच्छी है, I don't have an appointment at 11, or the appointment at 11 got cancelled, so I can adjust you. Remember, you will not be lucky every time. Today I am treating you in that slot. Tomorrow it may not be possible. शायद आपको जाना पड़े. Think, थोड़ा सा lateral thinking करके देखिए. लेकिन लोग लेते हैं ईगो पे. Patient टाइम पे नहीं आया, I will sue him for that. That attitude. Of course, you're not going to sue him, but that Western world attitude of sue him for that is there. And the award-winning reaction for treatment charges, because you are relying on what you are getting. If you want to do a specific targeted approach in marketing, you can define your audience. I have always told audience, people, patients are of 4 categories: A, B, C, D. Amazing, breadwinning, convenience, dangerous. We look at dentistry in a way where we feel कि जिंदगी में हमने सिर्फ सी कैटेगरी का पेशेंट देखा है. ये सी वो वाला नहीं जो आप समझ रहे हैं, बट ये सी इज कन्वीनियंस पेशेंट्स. सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज कि हर पेशेंट प्राइस सेंसिटिव है, हर पेशेंट नहीं होता है. People are not that sensitive to price when it comes to health. Understand that a lay person is not. Yes, a few persons may be, but generally categorizing that every patient is price sensitive is absolutely wrong approach. Then आपने A और B और D देखे नहीं है, और चलो D तो ना ही भगवान आपको दिखाए, पर A और B आपने देखे नहीं है. So their reaction may be it. But then having said that, why do we believe that everyone walking through our door is our patient? 72 is the ideal conversion rate. So if you have 100 patients walking in through your door, 72 get the treatment done, the rest 28 don't do it, you are already living a good life, having a good conversion ratio. That is what we want. Why do we want that everyone जो आया है वो क्राइम मास्टर गोगो की अप्रोच छोड़ दो ना, आया हूं कुछ तो लेकर ही जाऊंगा, आया है जो भी पेशेंट कुछ ना कुछ देकर ही जाए. That should not be there. Those who don't, smile, and those who say, you can say you are expensive, say thank you. Thank you. So understand that not everyone will be your patient. The day you start letting go, the day you will feel and breathe easy in that regard. I hope that answers your query. I'll take up all the chat questions once I'm done with all the queries. So query number 154 from my town, Ludhiana, Punjab. How to manage your old patients? By rewarding them, by valuing them, by giving them more and more value in whatever way you can. It is not about giving them freebies, but to give them value, to give them a priority time, to address to their complaint even in the odd hours. Of course, they will never cross the line. Once who is in sync with your system, कि हाँ डॉक्टर का टाइम ये है क्लिनिक का, they'll never disturb you in your free time unless or until they are really troubled. तो हमारे किसी पुराने पेशेंट का फोन आता ना, अगर बाई चांस हमारे पास नंबर सेव है, कुछ है यार इस टाइम पे क्यों फोन कर रहा है, he actually might be in distress. So you can say reward them for their loyalty. They might be having a problem. They शायद उन्हें सिर्फ दवाई पूछनी हो. ये थोड़ा ना कि हर पेशेंट रात को उठा के आपका क्लिनिक ही खुलवाएगा. But have that kind of an empathy approach in your life, especially for your old patients. हाँ, कोई नया पेशेंट है expecting something, say it politely that these are my working hours, I'm sorry I can't help you. People face this, people who, especially who have their clinics in their residence, like me, we face this problem every now and then, that people call at odd hours and expect us to treat them that ways. That is where I distinguish between an old and a new patient. And of course, the ones who are generally, you can say, being troubled, or the ones I expect that I can do that. Do your own diligence, do your own judgment. And if you want to treat them, want to help them out, go ahead. But expecting that every patient will be, you can say, doing that ways, it is no, it is unkind of you. And yes, always remember this thing, that your old patients need to be given something in terms of referral point. You can say they need to be rewarded if they are sending you referral. They need to be rewarded in kind, not in cash, of course. Don't give them a cash discount. They will never believe that, but give them a priority service. That is what they expect. So I hope that answers your query. So query number 155 from Hyderabad, Telangana. Rush on weekends and empty slots on weekdays. I am located at an IT area where patients prefer weekend appointments. This leads to a heavy rush on weekends, which means I don't get to spend enough time with kids on weekends. All year long, I was closed on Sundays. But during summer vacation, when I could spend time with kids on weekdays, I changed my timings and was available on Sundays and took Wednesdays off. For 2 months, my revenue shot up by 60%. Huge. So now school's open. I'm in a dilemma whether to continue working Sundays, but my heart does not want to. I tried having other doctors attend to my patients, but old patients insist that they see me only, and new patients who have been referred by old patients also ask for me. I need to balance this, as Sunday revenue accounts for almost 80% of total weekly sales. I have trouble managing this. So the simple way I can advise you is that you already decided on one slot that you are keeping a 1 weekday off. Number two, your problem is that you get to spend less time with your kids. I would simply say it is not about the quantity that matters, it is about the quality that matters. What I mean by here is that even if you spend 1 hour of quality time each day before the kids are asleep, that is a good quality time spent. So insist on quality. Again, that time should be devoid of gadgets, should be mobile free, should be TV free, should be other distractions free. You can say that is a good enough time spent each day. Don't wait for the Sundays to spend your time with your kids, because otherwise you will see your kids growing up in bed only, coming from clinic late, and their kids have slept. Morning you get up late because you slept late, the kids have gotten up early and left for school, so you literally see them growing in bed only, so which is a wrong approach. Having said that, if your target audience is specifically available on weekends only, start looking for other target audience also on other weekdays. So that is where the presence of active, or you can say marketing, is going to help you when you are going to do that. And as I've said multiple times, you don't jump directly into the performance or the paid marketing, because performance marketing is not going to give you results. If somebody doesn't know you, even if they see your ad, how are they going to relate to you? How are they going to connect to you? So building up an organic presence, organic base on different channels like Facebook, YouTube, social media of all kinds, whichever possible. I'm not saying all, but identify where your patients are. For example, we identify YouTube as an omnipresent, you can say omni age channel, I would say. Oldies are present mainly on Facebook. The youngsters or the Z crowd, Generation Z crowd is present on the Insta. They don't call it Instagram, they call it Insta. They're present over there. So business networking is present mainly on LinkedIn. So understand where your audience is present and do content marketing, education marketing based on that. And once you identify your target audience, that is the first. Again, go back to my content marketing videos that I posted multiple times. Define your audience. Defining is the first step. Unless you don't know your target audience, where your money is coming from. For example, till 2017-18, right from the first year of my clinic till 2017-18, I've consistently tracked what kind of patients I have. Again, that was started before my MBA days as well. So I can tell you, even you can say broad data till 2018, 62% of my patients are females, of middle class educated housewives or females in the age group of 32 to 52 or 35 to 55 approximately. Those were 62% or two-thirds of my target audience in my first 18-19 years of practice. You need to know where your audience is, what they are doing, what their interests are in that sense. That will only come if you spend time with the patient, if you talk out to the patient. If you are mechanical in your way, drill, fill, and bill approach, then you are bound to, you can say, have no knowledge about your target audience. And unless you have a target audience knowledge, paid marketing is going to cost you bomb and give you results equal to zero under. So that is how it works. People say, I tried paid advertising, it does not work, because your approach was wrong. You never identify your target audience. You never had an organic base. You never gave your audience a validation point. How are the audience? And you never have a website which sings your tunes, which has your cases, which has your reviews, which has your testimonials. If those things are not there, how do you expect your target audience to connect with you? So don't treat paid advertisement की lottery या लगाएंगे तो लगी जाएगी. It doesn't work that way. So look out for other target audience, and your heart and brain will always be at a tussle, but spend quality time 1 hour each day, and that is good enough. But that quality time should be devoid of gadgets, as I said. Yes, as you grow in practice more on weekdays as well, the sooner you start delegating, the sooner you are going to get free from clinic, because nobody has built an empire all alone by himself. Unless you delegate things, unless you divide things, you are not going to get results, you can say, in that regard. Because of course, revenue, as you say, you know that Saturday Sunday revenue is accounting for 80%, or even the Sunday is accounting for 80%. So that means you have to focus on your weekly sales as well. So unless you do that, I bet you will not get handsome results on that. So consider these things which I have given you as a suggestion, and I hope this answers your query. So query number 156 from rural tier 4 India: quackery, unrealistic expectations, instant relief, bargaining, comparing with others without thinking. Each individual physique. Okay, physique is different. Simply put, if you have to put an end to quackery, you have to educate your public. That is the only way. You have to make them understand without bad mouthing against any particular individual, and make them understand, because these days most of the patients are educated. In rural, yes, there might be an issue. In rural, patients might not be, but yes, you can insist them to go on for that, because a quack will not be present online. That is for sure. Only the educated people will be, you can say, present online, and educate your target audience pertaining to that regard. And yes, instantly bargaining, those things, you have to set the context right at the start. Somebody will understand, somebody won't. Develop that habit of letting go. Unless you develop that कि कोई आएगा हर बंदा नहीं करवा के जाएगा, you'll go about it. If you are still not happy, shift to an urban place. So I believe the rural patients are better to manage than urban patients. Education actually, you can say, clouds the mindset sometimes, that people are not even ready to think, or you can say think rationally in that regard. So I hope that answers your query. So 157 query from Chandigarh, UT, India: having a plateau phase in my practice, how to increase footfall conversion? Fortunately, is not a problem. 90% patients are not fresh walk-in, but through my patient chain, word of mouth. I practice in a city where I was born and brought up, and majority patients are either related or their acquaintances. And even after 23 years in private practice, I don't seem to have a clear-cut policy on the matter of charges, and just randomly charging according to my closeness with the person or family. Please guide. So the thing is, you're almost similar to me in terms of practice. I complete my 24 years of practice today. I start my 25th year tomorrow on 1st Jan, having started on 1st Jan 2000. So you're almost my age. So the thing is, it is not about the referral part, word of mouth, or whatever, but a clear cut policy is a must. It is not that you charge differently from one person. They may be actually A, you may be related to A, you may be related to B, but A and B might be related to each other as well. So if they talk that I was charged an X amount, for example, 2,000 rupees for a procedure, and you charge him 2,500 for a procedure, when they talk, definitely they are going, one of them is going to feel cheated, the other one is going to feel inflated, that I was looted, the other one will say I was cheated. So maybe I was not done something full, maybe मेरा काम पूरा नहीं किया, अधूरा किया होगा, like that approach. So हर एक की अपनी perception, you can't change everyone's perception, but having a clear cut policy is absolutely mandatory for you, because if you are not having that policy, you are going to falter. So Chandigarh is a beautiful city in that regard, and I believe that the paying capacity of the audience is pretty good out there. And I strongly believe that you can target your audience, and of course, you don't have a, you can say, a problem in terms of you can say walk-ins. But yes, if you want to increase your footfall, you need to you can say reach out to your target audience. The primary thing would be in that having an organic base set up first. People jump into paid marketing without an organic base, without a website, without other, you can say, social media presence, just for the reason of shyness. I am camera shy, I can't face the camera, I am an introvert. These are good things for personal aspect. For professional aspects, आपको आपका घूंघट उठाना पड़ेगा. It's as simple as that. If I give you an analogy in that regard, so you have to lift up your veil. So nobody can be even more introvert than me. पिछले 20 साल में, कोविड से पहले, मेरी फैमिली एल्बम में मेरी 20 फोटो नहीं थी. वीडियो तो बहुत दूर की बात है. I didn't have you can say, I said I am not photogenic, so I don't want to be in front of the camera. And I've told you the number: 116 offline sessions done from 2007 to 2023. Today's webinar number 274. I started on 25th of March. Not even, you can say, 4 years, 3.5, a little more than 3.5 years. So I started in the lockdown, the first time I faced the camera. And today I'm doing it in a different manner. Every day, there has been a learning curve. I started with the dizzy and a hazy camera, mobile phone camera. उसकी screen भी साफ नहीं होती थी, पता ही नहीं होता था ये चीजें. I'm doing it in full lighting kind of projector kind of a setup in my place. We're not exactly a fully blown studio, but a partially converted studio where I'm conducting this session. So understand that everything is a learning curve. Everything will not be perfect on day one. So, but if you continue to be shy, if you continue to, you can say, have that mindset, oh my God, what will people say about it? Then you will have those notions. Remember, success is shabby. Perfection is a myth. The only thing we need is progress. Each day is a learning curve. Each day you learn new things. That is the way to go about it. I hope I have answered your query. Query number 158 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. Proper consent form that protects you medico-legally. My simple answer would be to learn this. Learn this. I take workshop on consent. I'm not selling myself, but making you aware. I do workshop twice a year on consent record keeping and documentation. Learn it properly. There is nothing called as a fixed consent form. Everything is customized. Just imagine. I'll give you a small example. हमारे पास कितने procedures हैं, कितना कुछ है, कितनी specialities हैं. Small example. An open cavity tooth, जिसमें कि डिके हुआ है. क्या क्या पॉसिबिलिटीज है? यू कैन रिस्टोर इट विद अ नॉर्मल टूथ और विद नॉर्मल रेस्टोरेशन. नॉर्मल फिलिंग कर सकते हो, सैंडविच कर सकते हो, आईपीसी कर सकते हो, डीपीसी कर सकते हो, रूट कैनाल कर सकते हो, उससे पहले पल्पेक्टमी कर सकते हो. 6 तरह के प्रोसीजर पॉसिबल है. कौन सा करोगे? हाउ कैन अ कंसेंट फॉर्म भी खाली डॉट्स लाइन छोड़ दे? रिमेंबर, मेडिकल साइड वाले भी हॉस्पिटल आपसे कंसेंट लेते हैं, वो कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव होता है. इट इज सो मेनी पेजेस because certain things they have tried to do it, but in dentistry things are more dynamic. एक सिंगल टूथ में ओपन कैविटी में प्रेजेंटेशन में 6 तरह के प्रोसीजर मैंने आपको गिनाए पॉसिबल है. सो हाउ कैन अ कंसेंट फॉर्म बी फिक्स्ड? द सिंपल थिंग इज यू नीड टू बी कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव yet not elaborate. You need to cover all aspects, still not be lengthy. I teach a consent where your consent form covers everything including your payment part, your policy procedures, your terms and conditions, and still your consent form is not more than 2 pages. Mostly एक आधी स्पेशलिटी का शायद 2.5 या 3 पेज हो जाता है, शायद प्रोस्तो का, रेयरली रिपीट एंडो का, बट अदरवाइज नॉर्मल प्रोसीजर, एवरी प्रोसीजर नॉट इवन बियॉन्ड 2 pages. So learn it properly the next time when I do it. Most likely in March and April I'll be doing the version 3.0 of the consent workshop. Learn from me or from someone you want, but hoping that आसमान से टपक पड़ेगा, गूगल पे आ जाएगा, ऐसा कोई फॉर्म दुनिया में बना नहीं है. Understand that. I'm saying it very, very clearly to you. I hope that answers your query. So query number 159 from Patiala, Punjab. Unable to customize consent forms as advised. Failure to get consent forms signed in spite of knowing their importance. Usable, unable to expand and upgrade due to dependence on spouse. The simple logic I would say is I don't think you have done consent workshop from me, because none of Punjab's participant has done my workshop. Only one participant from Mohali did my workshop. So mostly participants have been from Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, who have done my consent workshop. So what I mean to understand is that it is not about कि आप शशि कपूर, दीवार के शशि कपूर बन जाओ और पेशेंट की तरफ फॉर्म फेंको, भाई तुम फॉर्म साइन करोगे कि नहीं. It is not supposed to be that kind of an approach. This approach is always going to be a verbal first, where you convey everything verbally and then the same form becomes a procedural formality. This is the mindset that you need to have. And unless you change this mindset कि सिर्फ फॉर्म साइन करवाना है, मैं उसको कैसे कन्विंस करूंगा, पेशेंट तो ना बोलेगा, कोई और तो साइन करवाता नहीं है, आप ही करवाते हो, आप कागजी काम बहुत करते हो. So what? It saves your skin. Saving your skin is first thing. एयरलाइन में बोलते ना, दूसरों को मास्क पहनाने से पहले अपना मास्क खुद से पहनो. I remember Dr. S.P. Agarwal of Delhi says this thing very fondly. I actually laughed at it the first time when I heard it from him long time back. He said, आप अपने बच्चे के साथ एयरलाइन में ट्रैवल कर रहे हो तो पहले खुद का मास्क पहनो. बच्चा मर गया तो बच्चा दोबारा पैदा कर लोगे, लेकिन खुद मर गया तो बच्चा कहां से पैदा करोगे? Of course, he said it in a fun way, but what I mean to say is, पहले खुद की प्रोटेक्शन, once you are safe, you can save many others as well. So saving your skin is not a crime. Everybody wants to do that, and there is no reason why you should not be doing that either. So if you're unable to expand and upgrade due to dependence upon spouse, of course, communication is the key. Talk it out. What your dreams are, what your aspirations are, what is your plan of action for that. And if your spouse agrees with you, if your plans are workable, you both can, you can say, actually grow in practice courtesy your plans. of course, there won't be, you can say, any denial of that. But if yes, he does not agree on that, then you need to, you can say, after a few times, either be resigned to your fate or charter out an alternate plan of action. Now, I don't know what exactly your situation is, so I can only advise from the limited words that you have written in your pain points. So I hope that answers your query. 160 फ्रॉम चंडीगढ़ यूनिटी इंडिया. वहां तो सस्ते में हो जाता है, वहां तो सस्ते में हो जाता है फॉर श्योर. तो एजुकेट देम प्लीज, आप वहीं से करवा लीजिए. दैट इज अ सिंपल आंसर. People tell me, people used to tell me in the initial phase of my career. I faced this issue of bargaining. They used to tell, वो आपके बाजू में तो वो इतने में कर रहा है. And for example, I quoted 3,000. The guy said 1,500, almost half of what I quoted. I don't remember the exact amount, but it was close to half. So he quoted that. I said, सर आप उसको दिवाली की सेल समझ के करवा लीजिए, मौका हाथ से जाने मत दीजिए. I don't need C&D patients. D are medico-legal patients, C are convenience patients. A are amazing, who will trust you blindly. B are breadwinning, your routine patients, drill, fill, bill kind of a patient. C are convenience patients who will actually look out only for the price. And D are dangerous. आप ये करके दे रहे हो, पहले मुझे लिख के दो. उसने मेरा ऐसे किया, उसने खराब किया, मेरे को लिख के दो. Smell medical negligence. Smell these kind of patients who are actually very, very dangerous. So A, B, C, D, amazing, breadwinning, convenience and dangerous. तो वहां सस्ते में हो जाता है. तो प्लीज सर करवा लीजिए, जल्दी जाइए, मौका छूट ना जाए. I hope that answers your query. So with this, we come to the end of the moderate pain points. Now we begin the low category pain points, because I had put up this in survey, high, moderate, severe. Now we have, in the 11th episode, in the first half an hour, we covered, you can say, the high and the moderate. Now the low are the ones, or the no category are the ones which people don't take it seriously. So we'll zip through those fatafat, except for a couple which we found in re-audit. But otherwise, high का मतलब आपको वाकई दर्द हो रहा है इस पेन पॉइंट से. मॉडरेट का मतलब हो रहा है लेकिन it is not piercing enough. लो का मतलब ठीक है, प्रॉब्लम है, चल रहा है, we are taking it. Even the low are 5 in number. And no category means you don't value your pain point. है तब भी ठीक है, नहीं है तब भी ठीक है. So we'll be zipping through. Won't spend much time on each query after that. So let's begin the low priority pain points out of that survey. So 161 from Panipat, Haryana, bargaining, few patients missing appointments. Bargaining, if it happens, that means you have not set the context right at the start, not given a clarity to the patient. We always tend to believe, आंटी पूछ रही होती, बेटा बता दो कितने चाहते हो. आंटी बेटा कोई बात नहीं, मैं कर लूंगा एंड में. जब एंड में आंटी को बिल दिया जाता है तो यू ऑलवेज, आंटी इज सरप्राइज एंड शॉक्ड एंड यू से, इतना तो आंटी लगता है, इतना तो इट इज कॉमन नॉलेज, इतने तो चार्जेस लगते हैं. एंड दैट इज वेयर द फ्रिक्शन कम्स इन, बिकॉज we have not given them clarity right at the start. If you give them clarity, they'll make a mind whether they are from 72 or 28 category. If they plan to not undergo treatment, simple answer, bye bye Mr. 28. That is the answer I give. Of course, it is always good and legally allowed to refuse a patient before the start. But once you start, 1872 का Indian Contract Act comes into play. You are bound by that, and you cannot say no payment, no cure. That clause is not valid for you. No court and law of India will, you can say, answer that, or you can say give you favor for that, that no payment was given, so no care was provided. Once you decided to undertake payment or undertake the treatment, the payment, you can say, the procedure has to be completed, चाहे patient complete करे ना करे. Of course, not many patients know this, so thank God for that. हम लोग लड़ लेते हैं, सब कर लेते हैं, बीच में ट्रीटमेंट छोड़ देते हैं, पहले पेमेंट आएगी तब हम आगे बढ़ेंगे. But that is where we make a mistake. अगर मिस्टेक नहीं करनी है तो give them clarity, and if you don't give them clarity, they are bound to, you can say, understand whatever you are saying. And of course, if few patients are missing appointment, then again, it does not mean that, it means that you have not given them the system, how you work. If the system is not clear to them, they are not supposed to assume or presume how you work. You may say it is common knowledge कि dentist के पास तो appointment से जाना पड़ता है. Don't treat these things as common knowledge. Convey your way of working. People ask me, मैं कभी भी आ जाऊं इस टाइम के अंदर, आपकी टाइमिंग्स क्या है? हाँ, मेरा टाइमिंग 9 से 2, 4 से 7, मैं कभी भी आ जाऊं. नो 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 नो, वी वर्क ओनली ऑन अपॉइंटमेंट बेसिस. मतलब अपॉइंटमेंट लेके आना पड़ेगा, अपॉइंटमेंट लेके आके कितनी देर वेट करना पड़ेगा? आंसर ऑल दीज क्वेरीज पेशेंटली. Unless you do that, you are not giving them clarity. They need clarity in terms of what procedure is to be done. They need clarity what are the charges to be done. They need clarity on how much time it is going to take. They need clarity, biggest clarity on how much pain it is going to take. They need clarity on how much for the time they'll be disabled or debilitated. They need clarity on how will it affect their smile, outlook, face. उनको ये सारे 6 एस्पेक्ट 7 एस्पेक्ट जो मैंने बोले उनमें क्लैरिटी चाहिए. बहुत लोग सिर्फ सीधा करते, पेशेंट आया है तो झपट्टा मार लो और फटाफट शुरू कर लो एज इफ पेशेंट चला गया तो ये सावन का महीना है जो फिर साल बाद आएगा. इट डजंट वर्क दैट वेज. सो थिंक अबाउट दैट. आई होप आई हैव आंसर्ड योर क्वेरी. So query number 162 from Hansur, Mysore, Karnataka. I just have 6 clinics in my town. We are very lucky. And I'm the newbie of all. They have been practicing just extraction and bridge from a very long time at a very minimal cost. Extraction from anywhere between 100 to 300 also. People label me as costly dentist. Say thank you. So I've tried marketing, but what works out here is word of mouth. Though I'm good with what I'm getting, still find it hard to quote the price. So, okay. So first I answer, then I'll get back to your second query. So if you are in a place where there is no competition, you are actually in one of the luckiest places in this country, because everybody has this common, so many clinics opening up, so many dentists, and most of them working at a lesser price. तो फिर profitability तो कहाँ से होगी ना? So if people are doing, you can say, extraction and crown and bridge, you be the you can say pioneer in starting implants in that area. Start it as a label, it as a new technology that has come, and you be the one who is going to educate your audience, specifically target your audience. ये तो है नहीं कि सारा का सारा गांव आपका या सारा का सारा टाउन आप, I'm saying not even village, it is a town. So सारा का सारा टाउन आपका गरीब है. There will be few people who will be going outside for treatment just because they will not be trusting those 5 clinics other than you. So be the pioneer in your work, the work you want to sell to your public, the skill that you want to sell to your public. If you're finding it hard to quote the price, that lack of confidence sometimes stems from lack of skill. I'm not saying it is applicable for you also, but most of the time I have seen that stems from the lack of skill as well. People are not very confident of what they can do. If you're not confident of implants, I told you to be a pioneer in that. If you're not confident of implants, learn it. Today, it is not the time of being jack of all, master of none. Today is the time of being master of few. मैं बोलता हूं हम लोग सारी स्किल्स की स्पेशलिटी बढ़ाने की बजाय फोकस ऑन 2-3 things that we know well. Polish them so much कि nobody can beat you in that. हम लोग करते हैं जो नहीं आता उसको भी सीख लो, सब कुछ पेशेंट को इकट्ठा बेचेंगे. in that we become jack and master of none. That is which is a wrong approach. Today it is an era of specialists. People value those things which you do. ये ईगो पे लेने वाली बात नहीं है. People say it. आप क्लीनिंग भी करते हो, आप एक्सट्रैक्शन भी करते हो, आप रूट कनाल भी करते हो. Yes, we do it. But you are a general dentist or a specialist in what? Some people ask you this thing, but don't take it on your ego. और some will say, आप ये एक्सट्रैक्शन नहीं करते, आपने एसोसिएट रखा हुआ है, आपने कंसल्टेंट रखा हुआ है. Simply reply, an eye surgeon can't be a gynecologist. An ENT guy cannot be a skin specialist. डॉक्टर्स के अलग अलग स्पेशलिटी होते हैं. आई एम स्पेशलिस्ट इन दिस, पर लोग ले लेते हैं अपनी ईगो पे, एंड देन दे फील हर्ट, एंड दैट इज वेयर द प्रॉब्लम कम्स. So don't take it on your ego, because otherwise it is going to hurt you big time. So you have tried marketing, but works here is word of mouth. क्या marketing try किया? You have not mentioned that. But again, people do it once and then they have that approach. ये भी करके देखा approach. Don't go into that mindset. So develop your skills, develop confidence, develop a good execution part, develop a good, you can say, where you can almost figure out what the patient's outcome will be or satisfaction potential will be. Before that, gauge and judge the patient expectations. If you can judge that, gauge that, you surely will be not. And somebody labels you as a costly dentist, say thank you. I'm using the latest techniques, so latest things come at a price. So say thank you. That is where more and more marketing is needed for you, so that you can target your town people with a laser focused approach through paid marketing. That is the best way to do it. But before that, set up an organic base, social media presence, website, all those things to be done before you jump into performance or paid marketing. I hope that okay, you have second query also. So dental assistants leaving the job within a year of joining, even after perks of all good employment. See, this is one mindset that we all need to change, because people coming and leaving is a part of the job. But staff retention is primarily dependent upon 4 factors. Monetary growth, which we don't all do. Let's suppose we are doing it, as in your case, you are doing it. Monetary growth, career growth, where you upskill them, respect and care, and work-life balance. Treat them with love and care. Don't abuse them. आज के में आपका बच्चा आपकी गाली नहीं सुनता, आप उसको गाली निकाल रहे हो. I mean abusing, not literally गाली, but abusing them. Respecting. You want to work on Sundays and not giving them a weekly off because you feel अगर मैंने संडे को क्लिनिक नहीं खोला तो मेरे पेशेंट चले जाएंगे. A wrong approach. Wrong approach. Have a weekly off. You need time for rejuvenation, and even they need that. But if it is your problem कि आपका mindset ही कहता है कि मेरे patients lose हो जाएंगे, then it is your problem. Don't make your problem as their problem. If you want to work them on Sundays, give them another weekday off. Whatever you wish to. But you can say relying only कि इस तरह बोनस दिया था फिर भी नहीं टिकते हैं, ऐसे ही है आजकल के लोग, काम चोर हैं, ये है वो है. Finding out fault in others is very easy. Very easy. But looking at yourself and making a change is even more difficult. So I hope that answers your query. Query from Nagaur, Rajasthan. Bargaining, unable to maintain long-term record that is time consuming and demands technical support which I lack. Bargaining इसीलिए होती है because आप शुरू में बताते नहीं है, and that is where you lose out on certain things. And if you're losing out on certain things, you need to make sure that your efforts are being taken care of and your understanding is very clear to the patient. And if the patient is getting a clarity of what exactly you're going to accomplish, then only you begin. Beginning on the same page with the same mindset is very important, because otherwise you are going to face this problem where the patients will not actually gel with you, or you can say we'll have friction issues in the end. So regarding maintaining long-term record, long-term रखना ही नहीं है आपको, minimum 3 साल का रखना है, पिछले 3 साल का रखो, that is more important. टेक्निकल है, टाइम कंज्यूमिंग है, दैट इज अगेन योर प्रॉब्लम, दैट इज नॉट लॉज प्रॉब्लम. कल को भगवान ना करे किसी ने बिल मांग लिया, किसी ने आपसे डिटेल मांग ली, किसी ने आपसे रिकॉर्ड कीपिंग का सारा मांग लिया, किसी केस के इंडेमनिटी में नेग्लिजेंस में आपको जरूरत पड़ गई, अगर रिकॉर्ड नहीं होगा तो आप एक एडिशनल केस है आपके ऊपर की लैक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड्स, बिकॉज इट इज मैंडेटरी फॉर एवरी डेंटल सर्जन टू मेंटेन dental clinic records for a period of 3 years. And if you are not maintaining them, you are surely bound to get stuck in that mind scenario. So I hope I have answered that query. Query number 164 from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. How to start a profitable practice with loan? Saving needed before taking a loan. How to be profitable from the beginning? पहली बात तो लोन से कोई प्रॉफिटेबल होता नहीं है. सेकंड, देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स व्हिच गो इनटू दिस थिंग. सो प्रॉफिटेबल होने के लिए सबसे पहले देखिए कि आप क्या यूज करने वाले हैं, क्या मटेरियल्स यूज करेंगे, क्या आपके अंदर आपका सिस्टम का सेटअप है, क्या आपकी फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट है, क्या आपकी वेरिएबल कॉस्ट है, एंड देन अराइव एट अ नंबर which we call as the GPM of every procedure you do, a gross profit margin and a net profit margin. Gross profit margin should be in the range of 70 to 75%, a net minimum in the range of 45 to 50%, unless you are carrying home 100 में से 50 रुपए 45 रुपए घर लेके नहीं जा रहे after all the costs. So then you are making a mistake. I've answered so many queries जहां पे लोग बोलते हैं 70% हमारे एक्सपेंस हैं, एंड आई शudder टू थिंक दैट वो 30% जो मेंशन कर रहे हैं वो उनका जीपीएम है, 70% उनकी कॉस्टिंग है. तो एनपीएम का तो छोड़ ही दो, एनपीएम वुड बी नेगेटिव, एंड दैट इज वेयर आई नीड टू, यू कैन से, कन्वे इट that first thing, you want to be profitable from day one, you need to have active marketing, active you can say your channels built up in that regard. Once you have done those things, yes, GPM, NPM is the primary thing, and charging as per that. You have a consistent pipeline of patients, you have good communication skills, you are working on your conversion ratio, you're working on your conversion part, you're surely going to get results for that. So I hope I have answered your query. 165, the last one in the low category, Tirunelveli from Tamil Nadu. Staff management and associate dentist irresponsibility, fellow colleagues copying our ideas. So staff management and associate dentist irresponsibility. So I always say, choose your consultants, choose your staff wisely. The biggest fault for wrong staff happens at the time of hiring, because that is where we make a mistake. How do we make a mistake? We ask stupid questions. What type of questions we ask? We ask Miss Universe, Miss World type of questions. Are you committed? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Are you hardworking? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Are you willing to stay forever? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Bullshit. These are the worst kind of questions that will, you can say, get idiotic answers only. And why do I mention Miss World, Miss World type questions, Miss Universe type questions? Because every damn single year they're asked the same question: what will you do if you were crowned the Miss Universe of this competition? Oh, I'll make sure that this is not only a crown, this is only a responsibility on my head, and I carry that with the flair. I'll make sure that there is no hungry soul on the planet. I'll make sure that the ozone layer is not depleted. I'll make sure that our environment is cared for. Big bullshit. That is the worst thing you can say. All you are interested in a Karan Johar or a Yash production or a, you can say, Yash Chopra directorial or a debut. That is what most of the Miss Universe and Miss World do. They hardly know even the spellings of ozone depletion. They are talking about that. They hardly can say walk without, you can say, AC, or you can say anything pertaining to the environment. So they talk about these things. So don't ask stupid questions, because a wrong hiring will ultimately lead to about 80% loss of productivity. And that is not my study. That is University of Stanford study that has put in the data over there. So if the staff is not proper, they will not be. The second time, if they are irresponsible, the second perspective to this is, if they are irresponsible, the primary fault lies sometimes with us, because we don't give them clarity. We don't give them job description of what all they're supposed to finish, what they are supposed to accomplish. So if they don't have a definition of what they are supposed to accomplish, they will not be completing. Then we say, कितनी बार तो तुम्हें कहा है, कितनी बार तो तुम्हें बताया है. And that is where the problem comes. So fellow colleagues, copying our ideas, copying is the best, you can say, form of flattery. So always believe in that, that you are, someone can copy you, your ideas, but they can't copy the factory. They can't copy your mindset. So you can say respect that. And even if somebody is copying, you can say be very, you can say, proud of that, rather than feeling bad in that. That is what I will recommend you. So this ends the pain points of low priority category. And now the next is, we have asked for high, moderate, low. There were a few categories. Fourth category, इसमें लोगों ने कुछ भी fill नहीं किया था. So I call that as a no priority category, or uncategorized pain points. We have still answered those as well. And of course, a couple of high pain points were left out. So we'll be answering that. So query number 166 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. Staff retention, less footfall in clinic, less number of high ticket patients, increasing rent of premises, but not much growth in income. So managing finances is getting difficult. So as I said, if it is a low priority pain point, I'm not sure whether the participant actually, you can say, means this thing or not. So I'll just breeze through that. Staff retention, need to give them monetary growth, career growth, respect and care, and work-life balance. That is the 4 pillars of staff retention, not only your annual Diwali bonus. Less footfall in clinic, less number of high ticket patients. Less footfall is primarily due to lack of visibility. Less number of high ticket is primarily due to lack of authority, lack of credibility. So if you have less visibility, less authority or credibility, you will not get both. Build up your organic base, go in for performance marketing, watch other queries as well where I've answered these in detail. You'll get an answer. So your rent will increase, but if you are not having growth income, because you are not increasing your charges every year, so definitely your expenses are increasing. Your income is stagnant, and of course when new clinics open up, people tend to believe वो नया आ गया उसने कम में शुरू कर लिया, तो that is how I am suffering because of him. You're not suffering because of that, you're suffering because of your own inaction in raising the charges. So finance मैनेज करना डिफिकल्ट होएगा. अगर आप घर कम लेके जाओगे, एक्सपेंस मीट करना इजी हो जाएगा. इन्वेस्ट तो आप क्या करोगे अपने फ्यूचर के लिए. इतना याद रखना, पेंशन नहीं मिलने वाली है. बुढ़ापा कैसे काटना है, 55 से 85 तक का एज, 30 इयर्स या 25 साल का सफर आपने कैसे काटना है, यू एंड योर स्पाउस यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट. कोई एंसेस्ट्रल इनकम है, प्रॉपर्टी पड़ी है, बहुत अच्छा है. नहीं पड़ा, अगर क्लिनिक इज योर सोर्स ऑफ इनकम, think twice before acting this thing, because we have stopped treating dentistry as a business, or even we believe that dentistry is just a noble profession. It may be, but yes, still we need to value those things, that it is a profession, because at the end of the day you still have income and expenses, and anything which has income and expenses is a business. I hope I answered your query. Query from Ranchi, Jharkhand. Pain point of not getting enough footfalls as number of dentists increased to almost 600. Wow. So in my town in 2007, we are a tier 2 city. 800 डेंटिस्ट उस टाइम पे होते थे. आज के एडमिशन 2500-3000 होंगे एवरेज. सो डोंट थिंक कि 600 बहुत ज्यादा है. तो पॉपुलेशन भी हमारी, अगर हम पॉपुलेशन की बात करूं, 2500-3000 डेंटिस्ट के लिए, population of Ludhiana is close to 50-55 lakhs, but 2/3 of that is migrant labor. Punjabis are 17 to 18 lakhs only in Ludhiana. We are in minority technically. So 17-18 लाख के लिए 2500-3000 डेंटिस्ट प्लस इनन्यूमरेबल हॉस्पिटल्स. मेरे 1 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर में 4 हॉस्पिटल है चैरिटेबल. So don't I have work? I have it. So stop giving this excuse of numbers and those things. We are still not. There may be huge number of dentists as per some. मेरे हिसाब से तो वो भी नहीं है, बट चलो अर्बन में मान ले तो थोड़ा सा हल्का सा ज्यादा है, थोड़ा सा, बहुत ज्यादा नहीं. But still there is lack of, there may be more number of dentists, but there is lack of skillful dentists. So make yourself skillful, make yourself separable from the crowd, create an X factor where you can say have that knack of treating those things, treating many things, I would say. So that is what separates you from the crowd. New dentist giving treatment at a low cost, वो लोग करेंगे. छपड़ी पे 5 रुपए की 10 रुपए की चाय मिलेगी, 5 स्टार में 100 रुपए की मिलेगी, कहीं और 40-50 वाली भी मिलेगी. हमारे यहाँ पे एक छपड़ी वाला बाबा जी है, टी स्टॉल, बाबा टी स्टॉल, वेरी फेमस नियर माई किड्स स्कूल. वो जब सारी दुनिया 5 रुपए की चाय देती थी, उस वक्त 25 रुपए की बेचता था. आज 10 रुपए की 15 रुपए की मिलती है चाय. ही सेल्स द सेम एट 40-45 रुपीज, एंड वी गो वंस अ वीक टू हैव दैट टी. अब उसने छपड़ी से शॉप बना ली है, बट नॉट अ वेरी lavish shop. He started a little fast food also. So quality will continue to sell. Quality will continue to sell. And if Baba tea stall can survive with a 40 rupees, 45 rupees cup of tea, और ये नहीं कि इतना बड़ा मग देता है, वो नॉर्मल इतना नहीं होता है, ठीक है, कुल्लड़ में देता है वो, सो या कप में देता है. एंड नॉर्मल लेकिन से 200 ml 300 ml चाय होती है, एंड नॉट 300, सॉरी 200 ml ओनली, 150 से 200 ml चाय होती है. सो वो 40-45 रुपए की चाय, और वहां पे रश इतना होता है. मोस्ट ऑफ द साइकिलिंग गाइज आर ओवर देयर, आफ्टर द रिटर्न दे स्टॉप देयर. वो एक परमानेंट साइकिलिंग हब है वहां पे. रोज सुबह में ही कम से कम वो बंदा 1000 कप चाय पिलाता है, सुबह सुबह के शेड्यूल में. आई हैव नॉट गॉन देयर इन द इवनिंग, once only I went there. So quality will continue to sell. His tea is really good, but हम सोचें इतनी भी अच्छी नहीं है कि हम रोज पी लें. Yes, it may be true, but हम कोई ट्रिपल प्राइस छोड़ना है. जो डेंटिस्ट लो प्राइस्ड है, आप डू हिम अ फेवर, सेंड हिम माय वीडियोस, स्पेयर योरसेल्फ समथिंग. मेरे वीडियोस भेज दो उसको कि भाई तू देख ले, तू जीपीएम एनपीएम की रेंज में फॉल करता है कि नहीं. आई वांट यू टू ग्रो. इतना कम चार्ज करके तू मेरी नहीं टांग काट रहा, अपनी टांग पहले काट रहा है. मेक हिम अवेयर. पेशेंट्स को अवेयर करते हो, कलीग्स को अवेयर करो जो चार्ज कम कर रहे हैं. यूज मी एज, यू कैन से, मेरा कंधा यूज कर लो, मेरे कंधे पे रख के फायरिंग कर लो. आई डोंट माइंड इट, because my aim is to educate all dentists about their profit margin. Ultimately my long term goal is to make every dentist in India profitable. होगा कि नहीं पूरा, time will tell. ठीक है, I'm very far away from that dream also, but I'm continuing to work on that. तो जिसको नहीं है, जो कम चार्ज करता है, एक व्हाट्सएप मैसेज तो होता है ना अपने पड़ोसी का, सबके पास व्हाट्सएप नंबर होता है ना, हर एक के पास अपने पड़ोसी का नंबर. अगर उसका प्राइसिंग है आपके पास, उसका रेट है आपके पास, तो आपके पास उसका नंबर भी होगा. उसको मेरा वीडियो फॉरवर्ड कर दो, दैट्स इट. क्या कर देगा, आपको ब्लॉक कर देगा, कर ले. और वीडियो देखेगा तो वो शायद अंडरस्टैंड करेगा कि आई एम नॉट, बोलते ना कुल्हाड़ी पे पांव मार लिया, पांव पे कुल्हाड़ा मार लिया. हम लोग डेंटिस्ट जो है कुल्हाड़ी पे बंजी जंपिंग कर रहे हैं, तो स्टॉप हिम फ्रॉम डूइंग दैट बंजी जंपिंग, यूज माई शोल्डर, आई डोंट माइंड दैट. Dentistry has become a sales job type of work. Selling is always done in different ways, but I believe selling has to be done graciously, like a samurai. Samurais क्या होते हैं? Samurais होते हैं Japanese warriors, those who perform their own death ceremony before they go out for a war. अपना अंतिम क्रिया क्रिया करके जाते हैं वो लोग. इट्स लाइक दैट. सो बी अ समुराई. हम लोग ऐसे सेल करते हैं एज एफ हमारी लाइफ डिपेंड करती है इस कन्वर्जन के ऊपर. सेल्स में एक सिंपल लॉजिक है. सम वुड से यस, सम वुड से नो, सो व्हाट, हु इज नेक्स्ट. हम लोग करते हैं हाय ये नहीं आया तो मेरी ईएमआई नहीं आएगी इस महीने की. हम लेट ही जाते हैं जमीन पे. वो छोटा बच्चा होता है ना मॉल में लेट जाता है, कुछ भी लेके दो मम्मी पापा के आगे, वो बन जाते हैं हम लोग की कुछ भी हो जाए ये पेशेंट हाथ से जाना नहीं चाहिए. So that is where selling graciously has gone out of the window. So if that has gone out of the window, we need to realize that we need to make a change somewhere, somehow. Keeping documents organized and also managing staff in a disciplined way is becoming tougher. Hire more staff. Hire more, you can say, qualified people. Hire more talented people. Talent comes at a price. Be willing to pay the price. If you're willing to pay the price, you will have all kinds of help available. It is because our budgets are constricted. We don't believe that what task they can accomplish. So that is where we stop of that. So I hope that answers your query. So query number 168 from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Lack of proper marketing strategies, not getting high ticket patients consistently. So if you know the fault, you know the problem, you know the cure also. Lack of proper marketing strategies, so start proper marketing strategies is your answer. So before that, build up an organic base, hire an agency who can guide you through those agencies if you're selling something very specific. And of course, high ticket patients will come on, you can say, some referrals only or some validation point only. High ticket patient कभी भी walk in नहीं आता. Rarest of the rare case में walk in आएगा. High ticket patient हमेशा referral पे आएगा या validation पे आएगा. Validation मिलती है online through reviews, testimonials और feedback or your cases on your website, या फिर मिलती है किसी word of mouth से. Word of mouth के आजकल species हो गई हैं extinct. लोगों के पास टाइम ही नहीं है किसी के साथ बैठ के बात करना, किसी की तारीफ करने के लिए लोगों के पास टाइम नहीं है. सो वर्ड ऑफ माउथ वैसी एक्सटिंक्ट होती जा रही है. सो द न्यू वर्ड ऑफ माउथ इज योर ओन, you can say, own channel of, you can say, online communication. People go to, you can say, vacations, just looking at a website, looking at the photographs of the room. वहां जाके ठीक है, कई बार लॉटरी लगती है, कई बार बहुत अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस होता है, कई बार बहुत बुरा होता है. I went for a 2-day vacation, 1.5 day 2-day vacation, couple of days back, जिसके कारण सेशन संडे को ले रहा हूँ आज, नहीं तो सेशन कल खत्म हो जाता. So I went to Aurelia Kasoli. अब मैंने क्या देखा था, मैंने उसकी एक इंस्टाग्राम पर रील देखी थी आज से 6 महीना 5 महीना पहले. सो आई सॉ दैट, आई रियली लाइक दैट प्लेस. तो मैंने शॉर्टलिस्ट करके रख ली थी कि नेक्स्ट टाइम मेरी शॉर्ट वेकेशन होगी, जब दिसंबर आई यूजली टेक 1 or 2 days ऑफ ओनली, तो मैं हमेशा उसको, मेरी वो टॉप लिस्ट पे था. इट इज वेरी क्लोज बाय ऑल्सो. चंडीगढ़ से 1 घंटे का रास्ता है, सो टेक्निकली 3-4 घंटे का रास्ता फ्रॉम माई प्लेस. सो इट वॉज ऑन माई हिट लिस्ट. आई डिड वैलिडेट, उनके वेबसाइट पे गया, सारा कुछ रिसर्च किया, मेरे को लगा कि यस इट इज अ प्लेस विच इज स्टिल स्पेंडिंग एटलीस्ट 1.5 2 days. एंड जाके मेरा लगा इट हैड अ गुड, यू कैन से, जितना मैंने देखा था उससे थोड़ा सा बेटर था, बट वही मेरा अंदाजा था, 1.5 से 2 दिन, मैक्सिमम 1 night or 2 night उतनी जगह, बिकॉज आसपास जंगल है. सो द रिजॉर्ट प्रॉपर्टी इज इटसेल्फ गुड. सो ऑनलाइन वैलिडेशन, मेरे को किसी ने सजेस्ट नहीं किया. जब मैंने उसकी फोटोग्राफ्स डाली कि यू कैन से द ईयर एंड कस्टमरी गेट अवे ऑन माय फेसबुक और इंस्टाग्राम, सो पीपल एक्चुअली मैसेज्ड मी, हाउ इज दैट प्रॉपर्टी, नहीं खुली है, कैसी है, किस तरह है. पीपल आस्क्ड मी अबाउट इट. तो मैंने भी रिप्लाई थ्रू वर्ड ऑफ माउथ कर दिया. नाउ आई हैव गिवन ऑरेलिया सो मेनी कस्टमर्स. सो दिस इज द ऑनलाइन वर्ड ऑफ माउथ, वैलिडेशन पॉइंट्स मिल रहे हैं. So it's not about that. I have put in certain things, so I've got validation. तो ऑनलाइन डालोगे अपने केसेस, ऑनलाइन अपनी प्रेजेंस डालोगे, people will ask you for that. So if you trust in that, so build up your online presence and मिलना your validation points first. That is where you can actually get benefited. हम लोग रियलाइज नहीं करते हैं, एक ADBC होता था ना, आफ्टर डेथ ऑफ क्राइस्ट बिफोर क्राइस्ट. अब प्री कोरोना आफ्टर कोरोना भी है, एक प्री कोविड आफ्टर कोविड. द वर्ल्ड इज टोटली डिफरेंट. if I am, you can say, doing things online, you must understand that there is a lot of potential in online. अब मैं हर शहर में जाऊं 10 पार्टिसिपेंट ढूंढूं, इट्स नॉट प्रैक्टिकली पॉसिबल. बट आई एम डूइंग अ वर्कशॉप. Participants from Dubai, participants from Mauritius are doing my finance workshop next month. Was it practically possible? उनमें से एक एक लोग ही है ना. तो मैं मॉरिशस जाके एक बंदे को थोड़ा पढ़ा के आऊंगा, मैं यूएई जाके एक बंदे को थोड़ा पढ़ा के आऊंगा. अंडरस्टैंड द पावर ऑफ ऑनलाइन इंपॉर्टेंस इन दैट. I hope that answers your query. So query number 169 from Surat, Gujarat. How to take a follow-up of a patient whom we have done the first consultation. Suppose I have finished a consultation for a veneer or a zirconia crown and given a budget of 50K. Now patient says she will consult with his or her family and come. How and when to call them again? So simply saying, before they leave, they say मैं पूछ के बताऊंगा. Simply saying, do you want me to remind you? नहीं, I will get back to you. So if they don't get back to you in 2 to 3 days, just call through your staff once. We had a consultation. Should I schedule an appointment for you? Keep it open-ended. If they say no, मैं अभी सोचा नहीं, अभी बात नहीं की, to technically get an answer what they're trying to say. वो ना ही बोल रहे हैं. So if they are interested, they will themselves call back. But as a part of your duty, do it at least after 2 to 3 days. And just say it very politely. Should I schedule an appointment for you? Don't say, हाँ जी हमने डिस्कशन की थी, आपका क्या विचार बना? You're not selling a car. Don't act like a car salesman. So don't do that. Say it very polite. Should I schedule an appointment for you? Or do you have any doubts you want to clarify? Do you have something in your mind that you want to reconfirm? So set up an appointment whereby you can sell them the benefits. And whenever you are doing a consultation, never sell features. Features तो इस कार में 6 एयरबैग्स हैं, ले लो. और नहीं बिकती है उससे. इस एक एयर बैग से आपकी लाइफ को प्रोटेक्शन होती है. सो एयर बैग्स की नंबर इज अ फीचर, बट देयर बिकॉज द फंक्शन इज द बेनिफिट. पीपल बाय बेनिफिट्स, दे डोंट बाय फीचर्स. द WIIFM अप्रोच, व्हाट इज इन इट फॉर मी. अगर वो चीज लोगों के काम की है तो पीपल विल बाय इट. इफ नॉट, दे विल से हाई इट, or they'll escape from it. So most of like don't turn up, or maybe they are window shoppers who came for just knowing the price. So if they say it openly, no, आपका प्राइस ज्यादा था, नहीं अभी हमने सोचा नहीं, हमने बात नहीं की, fine, no problem. Leave the communication open-ended. Okay, please let me know if you have anything to clarify in this regard. I would be waiting for your call. That's it. आपको भी पता कॉल शायद नहीं आएगा, but yes, there are chances if you have acted in a polite manner, या बिल्कुल ही कच्चे उतर जाओ ना, इससे सस्ता आपको और कहीं नहीं मिलेगा. इफ यू आर सेलिंग लाइक दिस, देन दैट इज नॉट ग्रेशियस सेलिंग. दैट इज नॉट अ समुराई सेलिंग. डोंट डू दैट. प्लीज डोंट डू दैट. आई विल you can say advise you to abstain from it. So how to convert them? Not everyone walking through your door is your patient. Again, if it is a medium to high budget, you can say high ticket patient, they will seek a validation point. कि हाँ ये डेंटिस्ट कैसा है, वाकई सर्विस अच्छी देता है कि नहीं, काम इसका कैसा है, चलता कितनी देर है. दिल सीक वैलिडेशन पॉइंट. कहीं ना कहीं उनको आपका दुखी या सुखी पेशेंट टक्कर जाएगा या मिल जाएगा. एक बार वो मिल गया, उसके अकॉर्डिंगली आपका डिसीजन ऑफ कन्वर्जन और नॉन कन्वर्जन होगा. सम पीपल आर रिस्क टेकर. दे विल से मैंने आपके वेबसाइट पे देखा, आपका काम देखा, आपके वीडियोस देखे, आपके टेस्टिमोनियल देखा, मुझे आपका काम लगता है अच्छा होगा, सो आई वांट टू ट्रस्ट यू विद दिस जॉब. गो अहेड. Do that with 3 E's: efficiently, effectively, and efficaciously. Once you do with the 3 E's, let the patient be pulled back to you for another job. How to keep your team going? Motivate them. Motivate का मतलब ये नहीं कि सुबह सुबह 5 बजे उठ के उनको या 6 बजे उठ के उनको मैसेज डाल दो, run like the fastest deer than the slowest lion you know so that you don't die, or run like the fastest lion than the fastest deer so that you don't die hungry. ऐसे मैसेज डालेंगे वो ये भी ये कहेंगे यार सुबह सुबह शुरू हो गया अपना ज्ञान बांटने. So don't do that. Don't do that. Whatever way you can say, give them actionable goals, give them actionable steps, because you have to remember that you are the more learned out of them. So if you don't give them clarity, how will they do it? They say think on the next level. मैं आज यहाँ पे हूँ, कल मैं फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे जाके सोचूंगा. Think out of the box. Which box? Match box or lunch box? So they say you can say these things will always, you can say, make them wonder, am I in the right place? Or sometimes we don't even give them even this kind of clarity. We always say figure it out yourself. अगर फिगर आउट ही करना होता तो फिर वो अपने आप करना लेते, वो आपके पास जॉब क्यों कर रहे होते? Understand that. So there are multiple ways to team them out. What to do so that our team stays for long? 4 things, 4 pillars. Repeating again because every query is different. So monetary growth, career growth, respect and care, and work-life balance. So one thing is sure, no one will last forever, but big issue as a fresher is people keep moving and we have to train again and again. That is where you need to have at least 1 or 2 staff members जो आपके catalyst हैं, those who you pay well, those who you can say sustain well, you can say retain well, and so that they can do the training part on your behalf. And yes, don't train every staff member for identify job roles. Job roles क्या होते हैं? Primary, रिसेप्शन एंड एडमिन्स. कईयों के पास काम के हिसाब से दोनों रोल्स डिफरेंट है. रिसेप्शन का काम होता है रिसेप्शन मैनेज करना, अपॉइंटमेंट्स मैनेज करना, फॉर्म फिल करवाना, टेलीकॉलिंग करना. एडमिन का काम होता है रिकॉर्ड कीपिंग करना, कंसेंट का करना, प्रिंट आउट करना, कुछ बनाना. देन सीएसए, 1 है 2 है वो आप पे डिपेंड करता है, आपके चेयर साइज पे डिपेंड करता है, क्लिनिक साइज पे डिपेंड करता है. देन हाउस कीपिंग, मेंटेनेंस ऑफ इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स, रेगुलर डस्टिंग. उसके अलावा there is a separate maintenance for hospital, you can say toilets as well if you have that in your practice. So ये different job roles हैं. तो आपको सब काम के लिए ट्रेन नहीं करना. पहले आप देखो हायरिंग किसके लिए कर रहे हो. So you have to train for that job role. So understand that. So I hope that answers your query. Query number 170 from New Delhi, India. Less footfall, be more visible. Less high ticket patient, be more credible, have more authority. And my own mindset in taking consent, change your mindset. Time consuming, it's not. If you learn the proper way, it's not time consuming. Anyways, you don't have to make it there and then only. You'd never make consents there and then only. You always buy some time, at least one night in between. Ready the consents in that. हमेशा एक टाइम लो. उसी दिन शुरू करने को कौन बोल रहा है आपको? जिनको जो प्रोसीजर उसी दिन शुरू होते हैं, those can be done with express consent as well. Those procedure, every procedure will not need a written consent also. Think. फुटफॉल नहीं है, हाई टिकट नहीं है. हाई टिकट कभी भी फुटफॉल वॉक इन से नहीं आएगा, रेफरल से आएगा या वैलिडेशन पॉइंट से आएगा. अंडरस्टैंड दैट. आई होप इट आंसर्स योर क्वेरी. Query 171 from Kullu, Himachal Pradesh. Managing my staff, I really want to train them, want to help them, but somewhere I think they are not going to stay with me forever. So why to waste my energy? So not indulging myself much in this. Because of this, I also feel there is something which is lacking. I am going to give a very crude example to you. Please don't mind it. अब खाते क्यों? क्योंकि सुबह तो आपने पॉटी चले जाना. अब सब कुछ अगर आपने जाके पॉटी में निकाल देना तो आप खाते क्यों? You don't work like this. आपने मर तो जाना, तो फिर आप जी क्यों रहे हो? Don't give these kind of ridiculing answers कि मैं ट्रेन क्यों करूं क्योंकि स्टाफ ने तो छोड़ ही जाना है. If you have that mindset, you will get what you ask for. If you're getting what you ask for, then you have no one to blame except yourself. Please don't mind my answer, but that is the crude way of saying it. Sometimes some things are left, you can say turned, you can say put in a hard manner so that you retain the point. Staff will come and go, but does not mean that your clinic's productivity and efficiency should suffer. That is the primary thing you have to take care of. If your productivity and efficiency is suffering, then probably you are at fault by not having a trained staff at your place. Number of staff, properly managing everything, I really feel the need to increase the number of staff. Average होता है 1.5 per chair. 2 चेयर जिसके पास है उसको 3 स्टाफ मेंबर मिनिमम चाहिए. मैंने जॉब रोल्स बताए. हाउस कीपिंग होता है, एडमिन रिसेप्शन होता है, एंड सीएसए होता है. सम पीपल ट्राई टू इंटरमिंगल की एक ही रिसेप्शन है वही 3 in 1 है, या एक ही क्लिनिक असिस्टेंट है वही 3 in 1 है. इट डज नॉट वर्क दैट वे. सो डोंट थिंक दैट वे. Right now I have 2, but no, one more I think would have been better. When you know the solution, please act on it. What the question is, overall expenditure will also increase. Your overall productivity will also increase. जो आप काम उसका कर रहे हो स्टाफ मेंबर का, वो आपका स्टाफ करेगा, तो you can focus more on expansion strategy and you can say build up of the clinic or build up of the OPD or working more or working more effectively, working more productively. आप वो काम नहीं करोगे. So earlier a doctor was also there. At that time I was about to take a decision to increase the number of staff, but now she has also left. Now I'm again like, let's see what happens mode. If you remain that in that mode, you will continue to remain in that mode only. So change your mindset first, because that is what is the true reflection of your own capabilities. If you have such kind of staff, people, what we get is a reflection of their own capabilities. Your patients bargain too much, it is a reflection of your own skills. You bargain too much with the auto wala, sabji wala or not, check it out. If you get staff which is not loyal, ask yourself, are you such kind in your life as well? So you will always get what you are as per your own capabilities. So think about it. I think I've given you enough food for thought in my harsher words. I didn't mean to hurt you in any way. So it is just an example. So please take it realistically, and I hope this will serve the purpose of setting a roadmap for you and giving you an idea that where exactly you need to take an action. So query number 172 from tier 3 city, Gujarat, less footfall of patient, each and every patient bargains, high maintenance cost to run the clinic. So if the patients have less footfall is there, please be more visible. Each and every patient bargain, then that means your credibility is not good enough or you are not giving them clarity. If the patient is bargaining at the start, say it very clearly. I feel really surprised जब लोग ये बोलते हैं ना कि मतलब हर पेशेंट बार्गेन कर रहा है. मतलब सिंपली सेइंग, किसी डॉक्टर के क्लिनिक पे किसी को बार्गेन करते देखा है? तो डेंटिस्ट के क्लिनिक पे बार्गेन करते हो क्यों ये हमारे को प्रॉब्लम आती है? हम लोग देखते हैं कि शायद ये हमारी अपनी कमी हो सकती है. वी डोंट ट्राई टू लुक इनटू दैट फंड कॉस्ट. High maintenance cost to run a clinic, it depends upon what kind of things you have employed that your maintenance cost is high. If your maintenance cost is high, that means your pricing is low. Cost हम high तब बोलते हैं जब profit कम हो. प्रॉफिट कम होने का मतलब तभी होता है जब इनपुट जो रिसीव किया हमने या जो इनकम आई है वो कम हो. ठीक है ना? अगर 10 आया है, 8 मेंटेनेंस कॉस्ट है, 8 रनिंग कॉस्ट है, तो प्रॉफिट 2 होगा. अगर यही 10 की बजाय 20 हो तो प्रॉफिट 12 होगा. देन द profit is more than the expenses, and that is what we actually want. So I hope I have answered your query. So query number 173 from Delhi, India, again, no fixed amount of money generated every month. Practice is completely dependent upon me. Staff does not stay permanently. I don't have system to follow for consent. You don't have system to follow for so many things, boss. You need to figure it out. If there is no fixed amount of money, you need to have some average sorted out. If there is no average put in, then you will understand that the practice will remain dependent on you. The more you do delegation, the more you will believe that the clinic is running without you. Staff will come and staff will go. That is bound to happen. But what matters is that your mindset to retain them. If you are retaining them only कि काम ज्यादा हो गया तो पैसे ज्यादा नहीं बढ़ाए मैंने, तो looking at only the monetary growth part, then it is actually not going to serve any purpose. So system to follow for consent नहीं होता, consent को सीखना पड़ता है. Learn proper way of consent, not from me, from someone else which you want, but start having consent in your practice. Not taking consent is also, you can say, a part of being unethical. DCI warrants you to take consent and courts warrant you to take a consent. It is a system of practice that you don't start the permission, you don't start the procedure without consent. इतने ब्लॉग्स, इतने वीडियोस मेरे हैं इस पे, उसके बावजूद अगर आप कंसेंट के बारे में सोच रहे हैं अभी, तो देन यू नीड टू डू दैट. Whatever you don't know it, you imagine that you are in a good space. Make that as a learning goal. 2024 is coming. नया हफ्ता, नया महीना, नया साल मंडे से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, वर्किंग डे से. मेक दैट एज अ लर्निंग ओनली इन न्यू ईयर एंड हैव दैट माइंडसेट कि मेरे को ये चीज सीखनी है. एवरीथिंग इज लर्नेबल, एवरीथिंग इज अटेनेबल, ओनली इफ वी हैव द विलिंगनेस टू डू दैट. सो आई होप दैट आंसर्स योर क्वेरी. So query number 174 from Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Less number of high-end patients, staff management, as everyone needs hike in salary, otherwise they just leave. Not able to document all patients due to lack of time and don't know proper way to do consent form for every treatment. If you understand and see, the patterns are all the same everywhere. Less number of high-end patients because you don't have enough credibility, you don't have enough of authenticity built up online, and patients don't trust you more. You don't have validation points put up, and you are less visible also, so you are not putting up in sync with what you are getting. So staff management, obviously, if they have to rely on only your income, the living expenses increase every year. If you don't raise your treatment charge, they're having the same amount of income, even your profits are decreasing year on year. So if it is raising the charges is your problem, don't make your problem as their problem. So if you're not able to document all patients due to lack of time, you are actually, you can say, wandering on the wrong side of law. So if you don't know proper consent forms, learn it. Time is not the reason for not keeping records. वो सरकार ने, गवर्नमेंट ने, कोर्ट ने, लॉ ने आपको ये रीजन नहीं देना. मेरे पास टाइम नहीं था, स्टाफ रखते, खुद करते, कम करते. एक तरफ आप कह रहे हो मेरे पास पेशेंट नहीं है, एक तरफ आप कह रहे हो मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है. दोनों चीजें थोड़ा ना चलती हैं. think आपको clarity में चाहिए क्या? Think about it. I hope it answers your query. 175 from Bengaluru, Karnataka, have to balance both family and practice. Sometimes have to take breaks from practice. This affects both practice and my confidence levels. Should we make alternative arrangements in our clinic in our absence, but the treatment quality will be affected? Inefficiency to use digital modes in practice, sticking to old methods and difficult to change, convincing patient's guardian for consent. So, yes, for family and practice, I guess from your question that you are a female dentist. So yes, females have to manage practice on multiple households, but yes, need to understand that able colleagues are available. Qualified colleagues are available. The only thing is you need to search them out. Hiring is one of the biggest, you can say, mistakes that we do, to hire wrong people, incompetent, inefficient people. So when we hire such people, they are bound to take our productivity down. And of course, then the practice will suffer. But if you hire good people, qualified people, skillful people, they're going to take your practice up only and going to help you out only in a way that they can effective, you can say, clinic managers for you. So if you want to take vacations, if you want to take rejuvenation breaks, unless or until you have balance in your practice, you're not going to have results in that regard. So डिजिटल मोड्स नहीं आता है तो बच्चों से सीखो. आजकल के बच्चे बहुत डिजिटल savvy हैं, so they will you can say make your work easy. Each thing is a learning curve. हम लोगों को 3 साल पहले जूम तो छोड़ो, लैपटॉप को तरीके से ये सारी एप्स रन करनी नहीं आती थी, अब कर रहे हैं ना आजकल. एवरीथिंग इज अ लर्निंग. अब सब कुछ परफेक्ट डे वन से तो कुछ भी नहीं होगा कभी भी. But when you have these kind of things coming up, every day new softwares are coming, and now further AI is penetrating into our lives. तो AI तक पहुंचने से पहले बहुत कुछ डिजिटल करके जाना पड़ेगा आपको. तो start, if you're not started, change it now. And unless you change it, the change in your practice won't be visible, because the technology is going at a rapid pace. And unless you develop, you can say, keep pace with it, or you will be left in the primitive era, I would say. So convincing patients guardian for consent is not needed. Make it a part that we follow this protocol. Simple logic, simple funda, simple hack. जब कोई चीज नहीं समझ आती ना, मोदी और अमित शाह जी पे डाल दिया करो कि मोदी जी ने, अमित शाह जी ने कंपलसरी कर दिया, करना पड़ेगा. दैट्स इट. दैट इज हाउ यू से इट कि गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से रेगुलेशंस आई हैं, नॉट डूइंग. नहीं, पहले तो नहीं होता था, नहीं पहले नहीं होता था, अब मैंडेटरी है. सब नहीं कर रहे हैं, जो नहीं कर रहे हैं उनकी फॉल्ट है. सो उनकी इच्छा, वो क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं, बट वी आर फॉलोइंग द गाइडलाइंस. सो पुट इन अ सीड ऑफ डाउट. इट एनीवेज इज मैंडेटरी. आप कुछ गलत नहीं बोल रहे हैं, सिर्फ आप कंधा यूज कर रहे हैं गवर्नमेंट का, लॉ का. That's it. It anyways is mandatory. Consent is required before treatment. Express or written depends upon the procedure, but it is required before every treatment. कितनी कोर्ट की जजमेंट्स आप देखोगे, कितनी मैंने आपके लिए ब्लॉग्स लिखे हैं, आप पढ़ो तो सही उनको कि कंसेंट जरूरी है कि नहीं है. So whenever you don't get an answer कि सब नहीं करते हैं, वो नहीं करता है, ये नहीं करता है, put it on government. That is the easiest way to do it. I hope I answered your query. So query number 176 from Bhiwandi, Maharashtra. My patients have the capacity to afford big ticket size dental treatment, but they don't get converted for treatment. Consent form storage is a big issue. Is there any digital format where sign and storage could be done digitally? So if you have big ticket patients, maybe your communication skills are not that great. Maybe your selling skills are not that great. Maybe you can't focus on the 3 important factors of selling. Why buy this? Why buy from me? Why buy now? These are the 3 important factors if you have to focus. Of course, there is a much detailed session on that, which I take in my sales workshop. So that what exactly you can say is covered in why buy this and why buy me and why buy now. So if you're not converting, maybe something is lacking at your end. Try to improve it, try to learn it. And of course, you will reap the benefits. Consent form storage is an issue, but only thing is you have to store it for 3 years. That is the biggest plus point. No, as on date 31st December 2023, this session is being held. Digital consent is not valid. Not valid in India. You need a physical consent form. And of course, एक बारी कंसेंट फॉर्म साइन करवा लिया, उसके बाद उसको आप स्कैन करके अपने सिस्टम में रखो फॉर रेडी रेफरेंस. उसकी वर्ड फाइल होगी आपकी सॉफ्ट कॉपी, जिसमें आप दोबारा कंसेंट बनानी इजी रहेगी उसके पेशेंट के फोल्डर में, और स्कैन भी फाइल आप उसके फोल्डर में रखो, सो दैट यू हैव अ रेडी रेफरेंस. उसके बाद ये अपने घर के स्टोर में डंप कर दो जाए. दैट इज नॉट एन इश्यू, बट इट शुड बी केप्ट सेफ फॉर एटलीस्ट 3 years. That is what the law says. 3 साल के बाद भी अगर आप पेपर रिकॉर्ड डिस्ट्रॉय करना चाहते कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि you'll still have the digital version retained. So remember that. Of course, digital version का backup लेना बहुत जरूरी होता है. So I hope that answers your query. So query number 177 from Pune, Maharashtra, marketing. Though I know what all needs to be done for marketing, I am falling short of funds and knowledge from where to start from. And I want to increase my patient flow. You don't need money for marketing. You need ideas for marketing. You only need this device, your cell phone, for marketing. Simple. If you are thinking, see, पैसे से marketing होती है, तो then you don't have the basics correct. एजुकेशन मार्केटिंग फ्री में भी हो जाती है. देयर आर सो मेनी चैनल्स व्हिच आर, यू कैन से यूट्यूब पे डाल दो, फेसबुक पे डाल दो, इंस्टाग्राम पे डाल दो. हंग्री हैं वो लोग नए कंटेंट के लिए. डाल के तो देखो, डाल के तो देखो कैसे एक रील घूमती है, कितने जाते हैं, carousels बनाओ, कुछ करो. यू डोंट नीड मनी फॉर दीज थिंग्स, यू नीड आइडियाज एंड द इंटेंट टू डू इट. लेकिन अगर हम सोचे कि सिर्फ पेड मार्केटिंग सोल्यूशन है, इट इज द सोल्यूशन, बट आफ्टर यू हैव सेट अप द रेफरेंस पॉइंट फॉर द ऑर्गेनिक वर्ड ऑफ माउथ. I want to increase my patient flow. For sure, the visibility, increased visibility is the answer. So unless you have visibility, you cannot expect results in that regard. Query number 172 from Jammu and Kashmir, J&K. There should be at least minimum rate list decided amongst dentists working in same locality. Problem is that if I quote my minimum RCT charge, example 2500, some parents reply that next dentist ने तो 1500 में कर दी थी. I don't reduce my charges for minimum limit. The patient moves on to another dentist and undergoes treatment from there only. So my suggestion, pain point is that why don't we people dentists sit and decide at least minimum charges list and work accordingly. After deciding minimum charges, we can take more than that decided charges. It is not a problem, but we should not reduce charges from what we have decided as minimum charge. Good idea. Why don't you start in your area? Because charges are area specific as well, target audience specific as well. And you said it is about the problem in the same locality. So why don't you sit along with all the dentists in your area and decide on a minimum charges? What is this, you can say, jealousy? I'm not saying you having it, but what is this jealousy with our neighboring dentists that we all of us tend to have? We are not these taught two subjects, subject J and BB, subject jealousy and backbiting, लेकिन हम लोग उसमें PhD हो जाते हैं. तो हम लोग क्यों अपने neighboring dentist को hate करते हैं, fear करते हैं? I don't know. Sit with them, decide minimum charges and do that. And to make them understand, use my shoulder. Forward them my YouTube videos, make them understand the GPM and the NPM. Once they have the clarity of GPM and NPM, उनको खुद पता लग जाएगा कि वो जो बंजी जंपिंग कर रहे हैं ना कुल्हाड़े के ऊपर, they should, you can say, stop it. And that is the only time they will be profitable. अगर वो profitable नहीं होना चाहते हैं, तो then you can say it is their fault. But you can start this from your local area. एक local area के सारे dentists मिलकर decide कर लेना, ऑटोमेटिकली आपकी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाएगी. व्हाई डू वी नीड ऑल इंडियन डेंटिस्ट टू सिट? सो मुंबई में जो चार्जेस होंगे वो जम्मू में एप्लीकेबल नहीं हो सकते, जो लुधियाना में होंगे वो शिलोंग में नहीं हो सकते. सो थिंग्स विल वेरी एज पर द, you can say, of course, as per the armamentarium used, as per the expenses, as per the, you can say, patient, as per multiple reasons. So before we go on to that, we should know that where the fault lies. So I hope that answers your query. So query number 179 from Adilabad, Telangana. I'm worried if the patient says no to the treatment when I present the consent form. Till before this stage, patient is okay with the treatment. आपकी तरीका ही गलत है ना. Verbal में सारे side effects बताओ. All the side effects, all the, you can say, complications, all the pitfalls, all the, you can say, possible options, all the parallel options, treatment charges. And once you convey everything verbally, tell them very clearly that consent form will be a procedural formality. It will be a procedural formality. So once they sign the consent form, once you present it in a way, then obviously there will not be any, you can say, issues with that, because they will understand that everything has been verbally conveyed and the same is in vertical, is in the written format only. I hope I answer your query. So query number 180 from Solapur, Maharashtra. Lack of patience, no idea how to do marketing, competition, how to fight it, fear of losing patient, on detailed explanation of cons of treatment. See, lack of patience means you are not visible. No idea on how to do marketing. I put up content marketing videos. I put up so many YouTube videos on that. Even if you still say that you don't know marketing, then you need to ask yourself, what are you doing in my WhatsApp community? I'll be very crude and rude on that. What are you doing in my WhatsApp community? Leave that group, because you don't, if you are not opening that up for education, you don't are not benefiting from that. Why are you wasting your phone space also? So if you don't know how, don't know how to fight competition, with what? With pricing, with quality, with what? What is your aim to fight the competition with? So understand that. Ask, have a clarity of that first. So the patient needs to know everything before the treatment so that he can make an informed call. And when he needs to know everything, that will not include the pros but the cons as well. So you put it on the patient. तो अगर आप cons छुपाओगे, कल को ऐसा कोई result आता है treatment का which the patient does not expect, then you are going to be in big trouble. So understand that, change your mindset regarding that. If you don't change your mindset regarding that, God save you. That is the only thing I can say. 191 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. How to deal with your relatives when they come to your dental clinic or practice for treatment? Since they are your relatives, they have a high expectation that you would treat them for free of cost or with minimum charges. Nobody expects that. Must have a fair understanding. Nobody expects that. Everybody knows कि हर चीज सस्ते में नहीं होती है, फ्री में नहीं होती है. I have always put it, never, you can say, never ever take a shortcut. Never ever take a shortcut when it comes to your patients, even if they're relatives or known people. That means not skipping the documentation, not skipping the paperwork, not skipping the consent form either. And शुरू में बहुत बड़ी होता है कि हम लोग एडवांस लेते हैं जैसे बाकी पेरेंट्स से, उनसे नहीं ले सकते. इट इज एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. अगर आपने इन्वेस्टिगेशन किया, एक्सरे किया, एक ट्रीटमेंट प्लान दिया, तो कुछ थोड़ा सा ट्रीटमेंट अगर आपने सिस्टम में कर दिया, शुरू में कुछ ड्रेसिंग कर दी, कुछ छोटा मोटा ट्रीटमेंट कर दिया, गिव देम अ क्लैरिटी. नॉर्मली फॉर द ट्रीटमेंट वी चार्ज, जो आपके सारे करने वाला है 20,000 है, बट एज अ क्लिनिक पॉलिसी नोन पीपल रिलेटिव्स हैव अ डिस्काउंट ऑफ 10 to 15%. Again, that is dependent entirely on you. I'm not saying give discount, but do it as per your clinic policy. उसके लिए क्लिनिक पॉलिसी होनी चाहिए. क्लिनिक पॉलिसी होनी चाहिए कि आप क्या देते हो, नॉन पीपल, रिलेटिव्स, फ्रेंड्स, फैमिली डिस्काउंट, और कैन से, और डॉक्टर्स, उन सब कैटेगरी ऑफ पेरेंट्स को आप क्या देते हो. आई बिलीव 10 से नीचे फायदा नहीं है डिस्काउंट का. मतलब 5 इज अ जोक and above 20 is a hole into your pocket. So 10, 15, 20 is the limit that I stick to for known people. You can stick to 0% also. My charges are fixed for any kind of patient. Perfectly okay. But if your policy says conveyed before and थोड़ा सा काम किया है, तो these are total charges 20,000 है, पर as per clinic policy हम लोग relatives को 15% डिस्काउंट देते हैं. तो you will be charged 17,000 for the procedure. तो उनको समझ आ जाएगी. तो वो पूछेंगे आज के कितने हुए. आज के अगर वो पूछ रहे हैं आपसे, तो ले लो, बिकॉज शायद वो अगली बारी नहीं आएंगे. अगर उनको पसंद नहीं आया तो वो शायद नहीं आएंगे. So understand that. So once they have a clarity of what they want to do, and if they're expecting free or low cost, and if you have given them a bill of that sort, so if they fall into that, absolutely fine. You should be, you can say, comfortable with that, and you can say you should be confident कि अगर if you are letting them go, that should be fair as well. I hope that I answered that query. But don't give them the bill, of course, after the treatment. So always give them clarity before the start. अगर नुकसान होगा तो एक आधी सिटिंग का जो छोटा मोटा काम किया होगा वही होगा ना. Never start major things also in the first 2 sittings. That is why I always say. Query 182 from my city, Ludhiana, Punjab. I want to start charitable OPD for patients who are not able to pay, but the dilemma is Z means is here. Is it okay to start at same place, my private clinic, for 2 or 3 days in a week and start anywhere else? I believe that will be a wrong incident. It is better to start anywhere else, or else there will be a conflict of interest, or you can say sometimes timing will not mismatch. You will not be able to have a 100%, you can say, this kind of you can say competition proof or price proof area in your practice when you can do these things. So better to do it at another place where you want to do charity, give back to society, perfectly all right with it, but don't do inside the same premises. But then the quality issue will come कि उसको सस्ता क्यों दिया इसी clinic with the same amount of services, उसको महंगा क्यों दिया. Those kind of debates then you will have to answer. Of course, where you put in a charitable setup, you will not put up as great ambience as you may be currently having. So think about it before you actually jump into it. I would not advise it at the same premises. So I hope that answers your query. Query 183 from Mumbai, Maharashtra, explaining treatment charges to the patient on phone and also in person. Patients trying to bargain, staff management making customized consent form. So phone consultation कैसी होनी चाहिए, इसके ऊपर मेरे 2 वीडियोस हैं YouTube के ऊपर. Always give them a range over phone. Don't disclose IDEC charges. Say we don't do phone consultation. We will be able to help you. नहीं फिर भी कोई idea तो दे दो. Give them an idea. 1000 से लेके 4000 तक लिमिट है. चाहे आप 2200 चार्ज करते हो, give them a range pertaining to that. So it's exact will be on the case. So please come to clinic for consultation. जो आपकी क्लिनिक पे आपकी कंसल्टेशन के लिए आने को तैयार नहीं है, उसको आप अगर फोन पे लूज भी कर देते हो, तो what is the harm in that? So if patients are trying to bargain, that usually happens at the end. So before that, say it very politely, your charges are fixed. The patient will make a decision कि हमें value for money मिल रहा है कि नहीं मिल रहा है. और value for money मिल रहा है, so they will never ever negate from that treatment and always can say agree upon your treatment plan. Staff management need to give them clarity, need to give them proper specific job roles. Don't expect a housekeeping guy to be adept or perfect in record keeping or admin stuff or handling the reception or even the CSA part, and vice versa. The receptionist may not be adept in doing the housekeeping stuff as well. So have them a job clarity. You can say retain them, you can say nurture them, upskill them, treat them with love and care, respect and care, and of course, give them work and life balance along with the monetary growth that they expect. Making customized consent form, learn it. Learn it. I'll do a workshop in March or April, the 3.0 version, one of the easiest version from what I have been teaching so far. Do join in whenever I do it. I hope that answers your query. Query from Mumbai, Maharashtra, number 184. Growing your practice marketing. Be more visible, be more authoritative, be more, not authoritative, be more authentic, be more credible. You can say have some authenticity creeping into your marketing campaign. Set up an organic base, set up you can say set up your social media profiles, do social media marketing, do education marketing, do content marketing, and then go in for paid marketing. And then set up validation points where you can actually make the participant go from conversion. I hope that answers your query. So query number 195 from Bana Shankari, Bengaluru, Karnataka. How to select professional indemnity and whom to approach. You can buy it from agent, you can buy it from Policy Bazaar. How to select is, I put up a blog recently on this 3-part series blog. I put up the final version of this Thursday would be out tonight. By tonight, it will be there. I put up 2 detailed videos 2 years back on that on my YouTube channel. There is a recent Instagram cruiser and a reel on that professional indemnity also. So go through that, it'll guide you properly. And of course, you can buy it physically through an agent also, or you can buy it through Policy Bazaar also, selecting on the factors that you want to go, or you can say along with the writers that you want to select. So despite knowing how to make consent form documentation, I'm not doing it properly and for all the patients. So if you're doing it in my way that I've taught you, then you should not be facing any problem. But if you're doing it in another way that you are not knowing, then probably you are missing out on something. So please don't do that, because that is going to hurt you and land you in that zone where you end up being unethical. So lack of computer skills and usage is what I fear could be the reason. Learn it. Learn it. मेरे को भी टाइपिंग, मैंने टाइपिंग नहीं सीखी आज तक, but still I can type today very fast. It is all a learning curve. Practice, practice, practice. Practice is what makes all of us perfect. Unless we practice, we cannot be sure that you can say that fear of unknown will always be there. So टाइपराइटर का जमाना आ गया, कंप्यूटर है, गलती भी कर दोगे तो you can erase it. तो it is not a Herculean skill. आजकल छोटे छोटे बच्चों को फोन चलाने वो आते हैं, और छोटे छोटे बच्चे तो सीख के नहीं आते ना कुछ भी, उनको कैसे आता है चलाना? Because they are more inquisitive, they are more, you can say, more explorer kind of an attitude. We have once we grow up, we leave behind that explorer attitude and cover it with a risk factor in our lives, and that is what is our problem. So overcome those fears, and I hope it helps you. So query number 186 from Bengaluru, Karnataka again. Deciding on treatment charges when multiple teeth with same treatment or many teeth involving different treatments versus individual treatment charges. deciding on pay scale for staff when recruiting new ones, as sometimes we have to pay more to newcomers than existing old experienced staff. How to justify that? How to decide our own remuneration in partnership? Should we take percentage of total profit or charge our own consultation charges? So regarding your first query, multiple teeth with same treatment or many teeth involving different treatments versus individual treatment charges, there is nothing called as a discount concept when it comes to multiple teeth, because the skill level is the same. In fact, the patient saves the more. For example, some patient will say, आपने treatment कर दिया, now they have developed a trust factor on you. What will happen? जैसे अच्छा आप और देखिए मेरे क्या करने वाला, आपके और 6 restorations हैं. तो let's suppose you are charging 1000 for a restoration. Some patients will try their luck. They will say, डॉक्टर साहब 5 + 1 free कर दीजिए. Many times they will try this gamble. So my simple answer to them is, you are saving on time, you are saving on money, you are saving on petrol, you are saving on your commuting, you are saving on your visits that you will spend here. I am doing the same procedure. मेरा उतना ही material लगना, उतना ही time लगना, उतना ही सब कुछ लगना. So actually you should be thanking me and not paying me 5000 but rather 7000, क्योंकि मैं आपके इससे ज्यादा पैसे बचा रहा हूँ. तो 6 के मुझे 6000 नहीं 7000 दीजिए. The patient will never debate with you again. So your skill level involved in each tooth is same. Just because you are doing same two teeth, ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या बचता है आपका? एक एलए की कॉस्ट बचती है. फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू आर ट्रीटिंग 2 molars और 1 molar ना प्री मोलर, आपका सिर्फ एलए की कॉस्ट बचती है ना. बाकी सब कुछ तो वही रहता है ना. इंडिविजुअल बीएमपी कर रहे हैं, इंडिविजुअल ओपनिंग कर रहे हैं, even doing a restoration also, you're spending the same time, same money, same skill individually. So why are you charging less for that? Don't believe in that group discount policy for more, you can say, multiple treatments in that regard. Individual का भी वही है और multiple का भी वही है. There should not be any leeway in that which is offered. एक एलए की सिरिंज क्या कॉस्ट करती है आपको? आपको भी मालूम है. So why do you want to go in सिर्फ एलए के पैसे बचाने के लिए? I don't think that is a viable thing. So when you hire newcomers, it is not because of old experience, or you can say, or a newcomer. Sometimes the difference is in the skill set. If you are hiring based on your skill set, somebody is going to, you can say, or do technical work. आपका old assistant जो है वो CSA का काम करता है. He is decent enough, he is old, he is loyal, he is honest, he is experienced, but वो थोड़ा सा slow है, थोड़ा सा, you can say, he is not record keeping savvy. So we have kept an assistant or kept a staff who is to deal with the admin part or the record keeping part, which is a educational and a technical based job. Naturally, those person would be, even though fresher, but he's doing a different job role, so he would be paid more. So the second situation is that sometimes you are hiring for the same job role, कि आप एक सीएसए है ऑलरेडी, एक दूसरा सीएसए रखे हैं who is more qualified, और से qualified dental hygienist. Naturally again the skill level is up. Experience जरूर उसको ज्यादा, लेकिन उसका नए वाले का skill level ज्यादा है. तो accordingly the remuneration will differ. So you have to just, you can say, don't have to justify it in front of someone, but it is always the skill level which decides the price and not the experience. Experience और skill में हमेशा अगर preference देनी पड़ेगी तो मैं skill को preference दूंगा, not to experience. Again, this is my personal thought. You are free to differ from whatever you want to. So how to decide our own remuneration? Again, it is an individual thing. आपका कितना पे आउट लेना चाहते हैं, आप टोटल प्रॉफिट लेना चाहते हैं, कि टोटल आप कंसिडरेशन चार्जेस लेना चाहते हैं, कि सैलरी ड्रॉ करना चाहते हैं, कि जो क्लिनिक का पैसा वो आपका पैसा करना चाहते हैं. बिकॉज समटाइम्स द सिचुएशन डिफर्स, बट देन पीपल नीड टू रियलाइज दैट इन सर्टेन सिचुएशंस your clinic's money is not 100% your money. You need to plow back some money into your clinic for your profits, and if there are profits, for sure you need to draw a salary out of that, or you need to plow back the money in operations. All things are important in that regard. I hope it answers your query. Query number 187 from Sangrur, Punjab. Less footfall, patient not willing for consent form. So less footfall, you're not visible enough to your target audience. Patient not willing for consent form, you are not conveying it properly. It is a verbal first approach. Form nahi hota hai. Form is just a formality. The sooner you realize this thing, the sooner you will get over the consent fears. So that is the only thing I can say. Be vocal enough to explain the side effects, everything, risks, benefits. आरबीओस बोलते हैं रिस्क बेनिफिट्स एंड ऑप्शंस. सो रिस्क बेनिफिट्स एंड ऑप्शंस को आप क्लियरली ओपनली बताइए. वंस यू एक्सप्लेन दैट, फॉर्म विल बिकम अ प्रोसीजरल फॉर्मेलिटी. जो आपका बताया वो रिटर्न में भी आपको दे रहा हूँ. पेशेंट्स विल फील हैप्पी, दे विल फील हैप्पी वाओ, ये जो इसने बोला ये रिटर्न में भी दे रहा है मेरे को. इफ द पेशेंट वांट्स अ कॉपी ऑफ द कंसेंट फॉर्म, यू आर लायबल टू गिव इट, यू आर बाउंड टू गिव इट. वो भी दे दो. ये डॉक्टर ने सब कुछ मेरे को रिटर्न में दिया. रादर नहीं भी मांगता तो भी दो, मैं तो बोलता हूँ. सो दैट द पेशेंट नोज कि हाँ मैंने इस पे साइन किया विटनेस के साथ. So it becomes easier for them. So it is a part of duty. And trust me, every one of us in our life, चाहे अपने लिए चाहे अपने फैमिली मेंबर के लिए, हम लोग हॉस्पिटल गए हैं और हॉस्पिटल में जाके वो बहुत सारे फॉर्म साइन कराते हैं इंक्लूडिंग कंसेंट फॉर्म. सो गिविंग दिस एक्सक्यूज कि पेशेंट क्लिनिक में साइन नहीं करता, यू आर एट फॉल्ट. यू आर एट फॉल्ट. नॉट द पेशेंट इज एट फॉल्ट. यू आर नॉट एक्सप्लेनिंग इट प्रॉपरली. Query number 188 from Pune, Maharashtra. Being an orthodontist is being an orthodontist, I somehow lack and have no interest in double root canal treatments. Okay. I mean, you mean intentional root canal in premolars here? I'm not sure. But being a practitioner, I have to do it in order to increase the revenue. So I feel comfortable in delegating it to a consultant endodontist. Due to this reason, I can't start the treatment right from the first consultation appointment. Nowadays, this is happening more frequently. When we get the appointment of an endodontist, within those 2 to 3 days, patient finds someone else to start with the treatment. And my conversion ratio has significantly gone down. Nowadays, since last 6 months, it's getting difficult to convert patients also. Nearby, many dentists have started their clinic. So again, it is not, you can say, I'm not sure what you mentioned here, but double root canal treatment, either it is the intentional root canal of anteriors probably sometimes, or something else pertaining to like class 2D1 cases or whatever. So yes, delegating it to an endodontist is a good thing. But yes, if it you can say your endodontist is too busy, find another endodontist rather than, you can say, waiting for his appointment. If time is the issue with you, so there are two issues in that. Find another endodontist who is as reliable as that. But yes, talk it out to the original guy that because you are too busy, I want to hire another person who can do certain things as and when I require. If you are having that much amount of cases, get an in-house endodontist as well, if you can afford that. Again, it depends upon the number of cases that you have. So but yes, the second aspect in this is if the patients are choosing someone else in those 8 to, you can say, 2 to 3 days when the endodontist appointment is not there, then probably your selling communication skills or conveying skills are somewhat debatable if you have not been able to put an impression, or there are no online validation points set up where the patient can actually verify you कि जो इसने बोला है वो सही बोला है कि नहीं बोला है. Let me just find it out, validate what it is there. So those things may be a criteria, if not all, but some of them may be a criteria. So yes, definitely if your conversion ratio goes down, it is going to affect you as well. But this is the reason I said I want to finish these queries. Now these queries are posted in June. So this dentist has mentioned not getting patients since January. So we are answering this in December. Another January is coming. So we are doing our best every month. Still the queries were too many in same. So yes, many queries are overlapping. So still we started that. But nearby dentists have started the clinic. That will happen. That will happen more in 2024. So if those things keep on happening, it does not mean that you lose your importance. आपको लगता है जब मैंने clinic खोला था, I was second in my area to open it. Even the dispensaries in the Gurdwaras and the charitables were not there. So I was the second one. अब आज के डेट में हमारे एरिया में सब कुछ मिलाम लो के around 18 to 20 हैं. So does that make me any lesser one? I still have work as per my caliber. I still have work as by my capability. So, and of course, whatever efforts that I make in terms of that. So I hope that answers your query. Query 189 from Tenali, Andhra Pradesh. Maintaining steady flow of patients, retaining them. Be more visible, be more authentic, be more credible. And of course, the patients are, when they find you treating well, they find you can say, giving you predictable outcomes, they find you giving good results, they find you giving good execution skills. And of course, you treat them with respect and care and give them, can say, priority. They're going to respect and they will be retained for sure. and standardization is the law, is the norm that you need to maintain. So I hope that answers your query. Query number 190 from Jaipur, Rajasthan. Patients start bargain, making it similar to previous year's one. Okay, so that means this dentist plays this problem even in the 2022 pain points with the same. To start bargain to compensate for our charge raise, which is important to grow as per inflation and many reasons. Simply saying that my living cost has increased, your living cost has also increased. You are not living on the same money. So everything has gone costly. So we need to maintain it in that sense. So bargaining will happen if you detail everything at the end. I have always maintained that this thing should be given as a first clarity, first priority, or first, you can say, information to the patient before the start, so that they make an informed decision whether they want to start with the treatment or not. But after the end of the treatment, giving them a bill in hand, then expecting bargaining, that is going to happen. Patients will try their luck even after signing up the documents, even after signing up the consent forms. That is where the record keeping comes in handy. हम लोग ट्रीटमेंट अप्रूवल फॉर्म पे भी साइन कराते हैं, कंसेंट फॉर्म पे भी साइन कराते हैं फॉर मीडियम टू बिग टिकट केसेस. और जब पेशेंट ने 2 बार साइन किया होता है ना, तो वो बार्गेनिंग की बात नहीं करता. अगर इफ एनी पेशेंट स्टिल सेज, my simple answer is, was I less in any of the commitment that I did to you? नहीं, काम तो आपने बहुत बढ़िया किया. Then why should I take the cut? It's as simple. Even if people try it after that. So if you are, you can say, managing those things pretty much clearly, understand that these things need to be given a priority right at the start, and you should not be waiting for the things to happen at your end. अदरवाइज 2024 में अगर हम पेन पॉइंट्स सर्वे करते हैं, चांसेस आर लेस, बट अगर हम करते हैं तो फिर आप यही पेन पॉइंट डालें, इट विल बी अनफेयर फॉर अस. So 191 from Pune, Maharashtra. Keeping it short and straight, convincing the patient for a costly treatment like implant zirconia. The patient looks convinced during the consultation phase, but they never turn up for the treatment. Quite some patients don't want to get treatment done, but they still come back asking for discounts, and when we politely refuse, they start comparing rates with neighboring dentists. Laid back attitude of patients. Example, we appoint the patients with their consent so that none of our time is wasted, but they will cancel and reschedule and then again cancel. They feel we should be at their disposal 24/7 and that we don't have a life of our own. Feels like we are the ones in need. So when you convince the patient looks convinced. They probably will compare these things for a big ticket cases. They'll compare the price, they'll compare the services, they'll compare your feedback, they'll compare your reviews, they will compare your reputation. There are so many things that they have a benchmark. Not everyone of has a good reputation online, so they will compare those things. So if patients compare those things and they don't find the same equivalent, then that is bound to give them, you can say, discouragement to continue the treatment with you. That is where you need to take an action in that regard. So if somebody comes back to you for discount asking, you can say, whatever you have consulted before, that means they have an interest factor in you. And if they have an interest factor in you, it is always better that you try to make them believe that whatever you are offering is in the best of their interest, and they should not be forcing the same on you. That is what I will advise. So patients laid back attitude hota hai. So they can, if you make them clear कि आप अपॉइंटमेंट को अगर 2 बार ऐसे रीशेड्यूल करेंगे, then the next time I will give you at a time which is my convenience. That is the best way for dealing. If I have such patients, अपनी पसंद का टाइम लेते हैं in the middle of the schedule, 10 बजे, 11 बजे, 12 बजे, which is the middle of the schedule, and they cancel it. Of course, genuine reasons, किसी की एक्सीडेंट हो गया, डेथ हो गया, कुछ हो गया, ऐसे reasons we should value and understand. And if somebody still, you can say, has an excuse or a reason after they, you can say, multiple times they do it, then give them either at the start or the end of the day. So that is the best way, and say it, convey it very politely. You should not be at someone's disposal. That is what I say. And of course, it is a mutual thing. It is selling always involves that when we are conveying or convincing the patient for a treatment plan, the patient gets the relief, you get the money, and in this exchange of services, it is actually a mutual benefit that comes into play. So understand that very clearly. And I hope that answers your query. Query number 192 from Pune, Maharashtra. Again, I have been a consultant orthodontist for the last 10 years and having my own clinic since last 6 months. Sometimes it is really difficult to manage consults and own clinic patients. How to prioritize, how to manage. Have only that much on your plate that you can handle. If consultations are actually killing you, especially the travel part, leave them. You can't leave your clinic. Your practice is your new baby. It is still an infant, 6 months old. So your first priority is your clinic. Have that clarity in your head. वो होता ना, वो यार कंसल्टेशन में कुछ लगता तो है नहीं, जाके कुछ कराते इतना ले आते हैं. वो लीव दैट, यू हैव टू शन दैट फियर. अगर क्लिनिक में इतना काम है तो कंसल्टेशन पे क्यों जाना? अपनी बॉडी को क्यों टायरसम करना? अपने आप को क्यों थकाना, ट्रैवल में मारना? स्पेशली इन सिटीज लाइक पुणे एंड मुंबई, यहाँ लोग थोड़े थोड़े पैसे के लिए कंसल्टेशन करने जाते हैं. आई फील बैड. आई फील बैड. योर क्लिनिक इज वन एंडलेस. कुबेर का खजाना होता है क्लिनिक अपना. लिटरली कुबेर का खजाना. यू कैन मिंट इट लाइक एनीथिंग. द प्रोवाइडेड द बेसिक्स आर राइट. कितने लोगों को मैं कह कह के थक गया, भाई कंसेशन बंद कर दो, बंद कर दो, अपना ट्रैवल कम कर लो, अपनी बॉडी का नुकसान कर लो, लेकिन लोग नहीं सुनते हैं. इट इज देयर चॉइस इफ दे वैल्यू माय ओपिनियन और नॉट, बट इट इज देयर. अपना कुबेर का खजाना छोड़ के छोटी छोटी चिल्लड़ लेने कहीं जा रहे हो तो आपसे बड़ा मूर्ख कोई नहीं है. इसमें अगर आप मेरे से प्रायोरिटी पूछ रहे, मैनेज पूछ रहे, मैनेज तो करना ही है ना. मैनेज ये करना कि पिक व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू. योर क्लिनिक इज योर न्यू बेबी. अभी दूध पीता बच्चा है, वो इन्फेंट है, तो आपके लिए दूध पीता बच्चा इंपॉर्टेंट है कि किसी के जाके कैसे बेबी सेटिंग करना ज्यादा जरूरी है? और योर ओन, यू कैन से इन्फेंट इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट देन समवन, यू कैन से नर्सिंग समवन अदर्स किड. इसमें प्रायोरिटी नहीं है, इसमें क्लैरिटी चाहिए आपको. अगर आपको क्लैरिटी, अगर आपकी क्लिनिक में इतना काम नहीं है तो फिर आपके पास ये सिचुएशन नहीं आनी चाहिए. सो थिंक अबाउट इट. अगर आप एक्टिव मार्केटिंग कर रहे हैं, अगर एक्टिव पाइपलाइन ऑफ लीड्स और पेशेंट्स हैं, तो आपको बाहर जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. हम लोगों को लगता है कि हम लोग अपना नाम बना रहे हैं. क्लिनिक्स में जाके आपका नाम नहीं बनता. क्लिनिक में जाके उसी का नाम बनता है जिसका वो क्लिनिक है. आपका नाम नहीं बनता वहां पे. आपको सिर्फ काम मिलता है, पैसा मिलता है. एंड समटाइम्स यू आर अंडर पेड ऑल्सो, नॉट ओवर पेड. सो उस सारे में एंड ऑफ द मंथ कई बार आप रियलाइज करते हैं, वॉज दिस ऑल एफर्ट? कल को आपकी बैक दुखती है, गर्दन दुखती है, सिर दुखता है, लेकिन से शोल्डर्स दुखते हैं, तो वो पेन, इज इट रियली वर्थ इट फॉर सम फ्यू एक्स्ट्रा बक्स? इफ नॉट, you know the answer what I'm trying to get at. So I have employed a salaried employee BDS for checkups and minor works for when I am busy elsewhere. But most patients do not want to get treated by associate dentist. How to change this behavior? How to change this behavior? नहीं, इसका आंसर मैं आपको ऊपर पहले दे चुका हूँ. पेशेंट्स का बिहेवियर चेंज करने से पहले आप अपना बिहेवियर चेंज करिए. आप अपना इन्फेंट छोड़ के बाहर जा रहे हैं दूसरों की बेबी सिटिंग करने. डोंट डू दैट. डोंट डू दैट. इफ यू हैव एम्पल वर्क इन योर क्लिनिक, why do you need to even look outside your clinic? That is a simple answer I can give. So I hope that answers your query. Think rationally. There is no prioritization. Your prioritization is always your own clinic first, provided you have ample work, or provided you have ample marketing being done to have ample work. So 193 from Thane, Maharashtra. Since graduation to until recently, I have been practicing in Mumbai in private clinics and a medical center. Since we shifted to Thane, it was always my dream to own my private practice, but kept delaying due to different reasons. This January, means January 2023, I achieved my goal and set up my clinic in Thane. Until April, the patient flow was strict. Was slow but steady. But May turned out to very, very bad. So I'm trying to implement different marketing ideas every month, but I know it takes time for a new practice to pick up. But this is definitely a major concern right now. Simply saying, अप्रैल तक आपका सब कुछ ठीक था. मई में आपने नोटिस किया कि मई इज बैड. जून के स्टार्ट में आपने, फर्स्ट वीक में आपने ये आपकी क्वेरी पुट अप कर दी. तो कोई भी मार्केटिंग आइडिया कम से कम 3 महीने तो ट्राई करना होता है ना. So why are you not trying it? I apologize for the delay, but आपके प्रॉब्लम के डिले में आपका सबसे बड़ा रोल है. बिकॉज आपकी कैटेगरी हाई पेन पॉइंट में होती तो अब तक आंसर हो चुकी होती इन सेशन नंबर 3 और 4. आपने अपनी प्रायोरिटी नहीं की, तो यू आर इन नो कैटेगरी. सो वी हैव अकॉर्डिंगली आंसर्ड एज पर द कैटेगराइजेशन. जिसको ज्यादा पीड़ा है हमने उसको पहले देखा, हाई प्रायोरिटी पेन पॉइंट. यू आर इन अनकैटेगराइज कैटेगरी. So if your priority is being answered late, primarily you can say whose fault it is. So If you want to try out marketing ideas, तो कम से कम किसी आइडिया को 2 या 3 महीने तो दीजिए. Don't keep on trying every month a new strategy, because that will not be giving you ample amount of results. So मना कर दो उनको, बोलो मैं कॉल करता हूँ. So बोलो मैं कॉल. So anyways, so this should not be your concern. So it is difficult at times to get the patient to sign personalized consent forms. Sometimes the patients are reluctant as they had to never sign any forms in their previous dental experience. How to tackle such patients? Simply saying, say the laws have changed, the rules have changed, the government wants it as a statutory mandate to be done. कोई और नहीं कर रहा है, we are following it, we are following the guidelines. ना आपको कोई रूलिंग पूछेगा ना कुछ पूछेगा. सिंपली पुट इट, आप हॉस्पिटल में साइन करते हो ना ये चीज, अब क्लिनिक्स के लिए भी कंपलसरी कर रहे हैं. सब लोगों ने नहीं किया, धीरे धीरे सबको करना पड़ेगा. अब तो ये मोदी जी, योगी जी ने सबको लिए मुश्किल कर दिया है. मोदी जी और अमित शाह जी, वट एवर यू वॉन्ट टू गिव द एक्सक्यूज, गिव इट, बट हैविंग अ कंसेंट फॉर्म साइंड इज इंपॉर्टेंट. गिव द रेफरेंस ऑफ अ हॉस्पिटल, give a reference of that, and of course you can tackle such patients very very easily. Having said that, don't make it as a form to sign. Say it, convey it verbally, and of course once you do that, form will become a procedural formality. I hope I have answered your query. 194 from Pune again. Less big ticket patients, bargaining, comparing to others, laziness, fear, priority for work. Less big ticket patients, you don't have a authenticity or a trust factor that patients can trust you or put a validation points. Bargaining, you are not giving them clarity at the start, so bargaining is going to happen. If still it is happening, that means you're not credible enough that people will give their left arm or right arm to get treatment done from you. Comparing to others, if you are comparing to others, it is wrong. If patients are comparing to others, that's absolutely fine. That is part of their nature. So tell them that you are doing it at this cost. You, if this thing happens, bargaining or comparing के लिए बोलता हूँ, अगर ये चीज बार बार होती है ना, so it is very simply saying, the word has spread that this individual is prone to bargaining. मेरे क्लिनिक में मैं करता नहीं हूं, तो मेरे पास ये चीज इतनी ज्यादा फेमस या होती भी नहीं, फेस भी नहीं करनी पड़ती है, बिकॉज somehow the word is there, he is fixed, he is costly, he is fixed, he is like this only. I have ample work to, you can say, do that. I'm ample years of experience, completing 24 years today, so starting 25th year tomorrow. So what more validation do I need to myself in that regard? So comparison to others is setting up the point for you. Laziness, I can't help you procrastinate or whatever. If you are doing procrastination, the solution lies in your hand. चाहे आप अपने आप को अपग्रेडेशन में कर रहे हैं, स्टडी वाइज, या इम्प्लांट सीखने में कर रहे हैं, या whatever as I can make out, the effort has to be done by you. कोई भी आपके दिमाग में आके तो वो डाल नहीं देगा, एफर्ट तो आपको करना पड़ेगा. फियर ऑफ फेलियर तो होगा ही होगा. यू विल नेवर विन 100%. कोई भी इंसान 100% जिंदगी में जीता ही नहीं है, ठीक है ना. इंडिया had a 100% record in the league stage till the semi-final, lost the final. Of course they had single bad day, but then cost them the cup. एक ये बैड डे शायद शुरू में आ जाता तो कप शायद ना हारते, but then it does not mean they played bad. They played very well. Doesn't take away anything from their credibility. So failure, loss, you can say, इलेक्शन होता है तो कोई जो हार जाता है उसकी बेइज्जती होती है, नहीं होती है. So it is a democracy. You can say people win, people lose. It is all a part of the process. So if you have fear of failure, then you know that something is not right at your end. Priority for work, absolutely, you should have an and life thing. The priority for work should be there, but then you can say those kind of situations where you are not living an and life, but living an or life, then that is a concern. I hope that answers your query. So query from Chennai, Tamil Nadu, lack of ethics, poor pricing by neighbors, less footfall, lack of awareness among patients, commercialization of dentistry, and hence patients have lost trust. Patients not understanding value of treatment and bargaining. Tutsi and other over-the-counter treatments are killing my practice. Tutsi is killing my orthodontic practice. So if somebody is having a lack of ethics, it is on you to realize that you don't travel in the same boat like them. If people are doing poor pricing, they want to do a suicide, you would not like to emulate them. You charge as per your net profit margins. So of course, less footfall means you are less visible. Lack of awareness means people don't know about you. You don't have a credibility set up there. डेंटिस्ट्री कमर्शलाइजेशन का क्या मतलब है आपका? डेंटिस्ट्री बिजनेस था, बिजनेस कमर्शियल ही होता है। आपके क्लिनिक में बिजली का मीटर कमर्शियल लगा हुआ है, आप हाउस टैक्स कमर्शियल का देते हैं या प्रॉपर्टी टैक्स कमर्शियल का देते हैं। आप अगर पानी, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाउन्स हैव वाटर कनेक्शन, सीवरेज कनेक्शन, आल्सो इज कमर्शियल अनलेस यू हैव अ रेजिडेंस इनसाइड। सो ट्रस्ट की क्या बात है इसमें? अगर आप उसको सिर्फ नोबल प्रोफेशन की निगाह से देखते हैं तो वो आपका लेंस गलत है। इट इज नॉट दैट द पेशेंट्स आर एट फॉल्ट. Patients have lost trust because of certain bad elements in this profession, which is absolutely normal. Which is absolutely normal. So, there are bad elements in every sphere. It does not mean that every one of us is bad. You need to build up your own trust levels. एक सड़ा हुआ सेब सबको खराब करता है, इसका मतलब नहीं कि सारे सेब खराब हो गए. सो देर आर स्टिल गुड पीपल. इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि ट्रीटमेंट ही लोगों ने करवाना बंद कर दिया. So you journalizing these things is something which I will not really, you can say, fathom or digest properly. So patients not understanding the value of treatment and bargaining. You have to make them understand. Do education marketing, make them understand. Tutsi is killing my practice. Everyone is killing you. Everyone is defeating you. Everyone is doing wrong thing. You are the only messiah in this world. Don't have that attitude. Don't have that attitude. You need to change those things. So Tutsi is not killing your orthodontic practice. There will be still people. Tutsi is actually reaching out to those people who didn't have time, money, resources, whatever. They're giving them affordable things. May or may not be correct for them. That is only what time will tell. But what you need to figure out is that what you can offer them different from others. By finding fault in everyone around you and everything around you, you are not doing any good to yourself. I hope that answers your query. Query number 196 from Trichur, Kerala. Being a mother of a special child, please give me clarification regarding medical legal ethics and consent form. So for a special child, even a bank account opening is to be done by a guardian. Even you can say even after the age of 18, I mean to say. So even you can say consent form simply says that the person should have the capacity to think. He should have the decision making ability, which is sometimes not lacking. If the special child, I'm not sure what kind of disability is there in that child, but whatever it is lacking, I believe that as a guardian, you only need to, you or your husband needs to sign the consent form for any procedure, because the child is definitely incapacitated to take his own decisions, or you can say doesn't have a rational ability to make his decision making by himself. So I hope this answers your query. Query from Delhi, India, 197. Work politics. Due to work politics, some people do forget their ethics also, which really hurts and gets on nerves. Change the toxic work environment. If it is really hurting you, if it is really getting on your nerves, please change the work environment. That is the best advice I can give you, because if you don't change it, you will also slowly become toxic. If some things are, you can say, mental health is more important than anything else. Of course, health is more important than anything else, but if you are being affected mentally, it will slowly and soon affect your physical health also. There is no, you can say, pride in losing your mental and physical health over some amount of return of income. If you can't digest it, if you can't tolerate it, if it is getting on your nerves, better change that toxic work environment. That is what my advice is to you. Query number 198 from Tier 1 city, India. Receptionists are not stable. Every 6 to 1 month, 8 months, I have to search for new receptionist. Usually, you can say females employed in this profession, the girls have their limitations. Sometimes they're transferable jobs, sometimes they are unmarried, sometimes they go for post graduation. There are multiple reasons. So we need to know that, respect that. Of course, these things will continue to happen, and for sure, we need to have, can say, something credible in that. Whenever we hire them, we need to hire them with a long-term goal in the mind. And yes, you can hire a male receptionist also if female receptionists are not serving your purpose. I hope that answers your query. Query number 199 from Arani, Tier 3, Thiruvallur District, Tamil Nadu. Managing and sorting patient photos between mobile, DSLR, and laptop, are there easy ways to do that? Nowadays, you can just attach your phone cable and easily, you can say, attach to your PC or laptop. That is the best way. The other way is to delegate it to your clinic staff, whom you can trust. But again, sometimes there are issues, as we have seen in the latest cases, the Kullad Pizza couple episode that happened in Punjab a few weeks back. Some people have sensitive photos, they record their personal moments, they have those things. So that is why it is always ideally advisable to have a different clinic phone which is used for images, or DSLR which should not have any personal moments recorded, so that those things are easily delegatable to staff also, so that you don't have to do everything by yourself. Keep your personal phones, of course, don't record these things firstly, but if you have one common phone for clinic and your personal life, be very very cautious before delegating it to someone else, because बोलते ना नजर हटी दुर्घटना घटी, that is possible. So easy ways to do that. There are different apps available where you can sync those things, but the you can say wire transfer is the fastest and the easiest. Of course, a fast Wi-Fi also does that same job, but I still trust the wired connection to do that. But yes, you don't have to do everything by yourself. Delegate it, and as I said, follow the due diligence as I've advised. So double century 200 query from Panji Goa. How to deal with times when there is low or no patient inflow? At times it can be frustrating when one has to meet his monthly expenses. Some patients do not return back after first consultation or insist on reducing my fees, which I refuse. I do not compromise on quality of my work and fees. I know everyone who enters my clinic is not my patient, but I tend to think about them when there is less flow of patients. How can I deal with this situation? Deal with the situation is be more visible, be more, you can say, available to your target audience. That is the best advice I can give you. Indulge in active marketing. Have an organic base setup first. You can say put up validation points. So I am repeating these things because these queries will go separately out to each other. They'll be cut out also. So I'm mentioning these things over and over again. Sometimes I also feel कि वही बात मैं 10वीं बार बोल रहा हूँ in the same video. But of course, everybody needs an individual answer. They won't look out through all answers. The kind of distracted world we live in. So I'm making it a point that I answer the same things, even if they're applicable in a video multiple times. Some of you, those who are listening, might find that I'm repeating these things, but the problems are unique and they'll be cut out separately as well and put up on YouTube later on once we are done with the video posting part. So be more visible, be more authentic, and be more, you can say in the patient's eyes. I would say be marketable. Paid marketing is, or performance marketing is, the best way to get returns in clinic. And of course, before you go in for paid marketing, have that organic base setup and validation points set up. So patients who insist on reducing the fees, of course, these things happen when we are already starved for patients. कम आएंगे, कम convert होंगे. That is the logic. If you have more coming in, more will convert out of that. Both the problems will be automatically solved. So I hope that answers your query. And yours was I think the second only query from Goa that I answered. So 201 query from Navsari, Gujarat, as we move on to the last 10 queries now. So I have my own clinic since 5 years with my husband, who's orthodontist. I have new number of patients are only 1 or 2 average till date. Thought big ticket patients are increasing, but number of patients is still same, less footfall. So if you are doing general dentistry and he's doing orthodontist, it's better that you market it as a campaign where you can market your clinic as a multi-specialty solution, that they will get the general dentistry also and ortho, you can say orthodontic work also being done in the practice. So if your new footfall is less, that means your word of mouth is spreading less. That means you need to be more visible. In the post-COVID time, these things need to be given an importance. So naturally, if your organic base won't be there, that is why your big tickets may be increasing overall, but your number is still the same. It is only from the reference point that they are increasing. So be more, you can say, visible to your audience so that you can say reap of that. And of course, in that, your less footfall problem will also be solved. So as Sarji told us many times about treatment charges, but still have to fear of losing patient by increasing charges because of many reasons, like nearby dentist having less charges. We are taking average charges not so low and not so high. I have my personal point, as I got panic after some complications or any other problems occurs during treatment. That is why I could not answer patient's question or doubt with confidence, or doubts with confidence. So it's okay if you don't have, you can say that sometimes we all are a different kind of a personality setup. So but confidence will stem from confidence in your skill. Confidence in speech will come from confidence in your skill. So make your skill more perfect, your execution part more perfect, where you can predict the outcome of your clinic. So where you can, if you can predict the outcome of the results that you're going to do, for sure you are going to get good results for sure. And don't compromise on charges. मेरे बताने से चार्जेस नहीं बढ़ाने हैं, अपनी जीपीएम एनपीएम कैलकुलेट करो. इफ यू आर प्रॉफिटेबल, गो हेड. इफ इट इज गोइंग इन द नेगेटिव कि 10% लेके जा रहे हो, 5% लेके जा रहे हो, माइनस में लेके जा रहे हो, डोंट डू इट. उससे अच्छा रिफ्यूज कर दो, कम में करने से अच्छा या नेगेटिव में करने से अच्छा. पीपल आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ ओनली, सो वो जीपीएम पे स्ट्रगल करते हैं, एनपीएम तक तो पहुंचते नहीं है. So many queries we have addressed where people say no track of expenses, no track of profitability. So look out for the causes. I hope you will fight your own demons also with confident part. That is the only thing I can guide you. Query number 202 from Mangalore, Karnataka. Most of patients turn down treatment because they feel they can't afford it. So even a root canal with crown, which is very common dental treatment, patients find it expensive. Most of the time because of lack of knowledge or health a priority. I feel even we as dentists lack support in terms of extending insurance or EMI scheme for treatment charges. Patients turning down dental treatment use smartphones costing 20-30,000, which may last for 2 to 3 years after that new model phone gets hung. Okay, before I go ahead, sometimes patients ask for warranty on treatment, materials outside having expiry date, but restoration within mouth, we extend more warranty. So it's not about affordability, it's about WIIFM approach. What is in it for me? If your treatment can solve their problem, what the patient is having, sometimes we try to sell the features and not the benefits. So the patient exactly does not know what is the treatment going to help you. You advise a root canal, the patient says, I don't have pain. मैं आपसे फिलिंग करवाने आया हूं, आप फिलिंग क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो? इसमें इतना बड़ा खड्डा, मेरा खाना फंस जाता है. माई ओनली प्रॉब्लम इज दिस. यू से एंड कन्विंस कि मैंने देखो आपका एक्सरे, आपके नीचे इन्फेक्शन बनी हुई है, आप नहीं है. सो दिस टसल goes on and ultimately the patient refuses. So say it, don't lose your temper in such situations. Explain it clearly. Explain it by educating your audience. That is where you need to have your organic validation points set up. अगर आपने YouTube चैनल पे अपने वीडियो डाला होगा कि दांत की कैविटी के क्या क्या साइड इफेक्ट्स होते हैं, तो यू कैन शो द पेशेंट द सेम वीडियो. सी, दिस इज माय वीडियो, आई पुट इट ऑन YouTube फॉर एजुकेटिंग पब्लिक. So this is my validation point. The patient instantly gets a connection over there कि हाँ यार, अगर इसने publicly डाला हुआ YouTube पे तो ये must be authentic. Everyone knows कि क्लिनिक के अंदर कोई भी झूठ बोल सकता है, लेकिन ओपनली यूट्यूब पे या ओपनली ऑन पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म लोग झूठ नहीं बोलेंगे, अदरवाइज दे विल बी ट्रॉल्ड बिग टाइम. So that is your validation point. मैं इतनी देर से बोल रहा हूँ validation point. This is your validation point. So that is why your online organic presence is very important. So that the patient can have a trust factor कि नहीं यार, अगर ये जो बोल रहा है इसने YouTube पे भी डाला हुआ है, so that means it has authenticity and reliability. So regarding you can say regarding the patient having confidence or not, or support or not, I'm sure you need to understand that affordability is, can say affordability in terms of EMIs is none of your business. You can act as a facilitator, but you are not the ones who is going to offer the EMIs to your patients. So patients may get new phones. That is going with the in thing. That is where you have to create a need first. Once you create an effective need, then only the patients are going to, of course, do it. Now, say warranty or guarantee, it is a different question altogether. I have a full video on that, a short video on that. You can ask me. You should not be passing on the warranty for any of the treatment, but yes, the lab treatments warranty which you get from the lab can be extended to the patient with a few already terms and conditions and written to the patient that you will be given a warranty, but on specific terms and conditions. Some would disagree. Why even put it in their head? The warranty card is for us, not for that. But then that is to be used as a differentiator. I use it as a differentiator and not in any way else. So again, I have that video. Look out for that on YouTube. If you find benefit, then copy it. Otherwise, reject this idea. But for other routine treatments, no warranty, no guarantee, out of question. It's funny, no doubt. So materials, X-ray films, impressions, restoration, bleaching, it can be sold for minimum usage or single usage packs. Beginners need to invest in buying material and stacking, which often gets unused, add to financial burden on dentists. Material sharing can be advised if your friends and colleagues are more approachable, not always possible. So this thing is approachable and possible if we are in good terms with our nearby dentist, or we have our own good friends in the same city practicing. And of course, they should not be in the same area for most of us. So regarding कुछ छोटे packs में आए कि नहीं आए, so naturally companies also work on profitability issue ना. So if we want them to, you can say, want कि उनको हमारे को profit मिले, उनको profit मिले, so they have to think of their profit first rather than our convenience first. It is convenience for us, but may not be profitable for them because logistics, package, handling, promotion, smaller packs, returns are less comparatively. They can't keep it highly priced also. So it is automatically, you can say, differentiating from that part. So unable to raise my treatment charges for past 3 years since I started my dental practice. Prior to that, I was working in a college. I still have patients turning down my treatment options as they feel I'm expensive. They return back for treatment to me, but treatment done in installments like only temporary instead of RCT, or the RCT with no crown, or get their relatives or friends for other less expensive treatments like extractions. I normally charge nominally for 2,500 for RCT, 3,000 for PFM, and I have a single dental chair practice with conventional X-ray facility. So again, sometimes patients associate the cost with the price, with the value part. आप कितना चार्ज कर रहे हैं, इतना ले रहे हैं, इतना नहीं ले रहे हैं, उसका क्या डिफरेंशिएशन है पेशेंट के ऊपर. सो इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन दैट. So understand that if parents are refusing you, but they have a trust factor on you, but somehow they are not willing to correlate with the higher charges because of your decently built up setup. Upgrade your setup a bit. You can say shift to digital X-ray. You can say shift and spend some time with the patient where you can guide them. You can say help them in solving their problems, in solving their pain points. So it is very difficult to do some things. You can say बोलते हम clinic के time के काम पे हम लोग ये ऐसे काम करेंगे तो हम काम कब करेंगे. When you have free zones, free time zones, जब आपके पास patient नहीं है तो you can do some education stuff for your community, for your patients. That is what will help you kill time also and builds up your validation points also. So take my example. I'm doing pain points for you. मेरे को इसमें से क्या मिल रहा है बताओ. कुछ भी नहीं. I'm not you can say doing it for money. I'm not doing it for passion either. I'm doing it as a part of my duty only. कि मैंने एक सर्वे लिया था, उसके पेन पॉइंट्स आंसर करने मेरे लिए जरूरी है. बिकॉज हम लोग कितना मर्जी पॉइंट्स को कंबाइन करके आंसर कर दें. रजत हैज डन दैट फॉर अ फ्यू पॉइंट्स इन सेपरेट इन ग्रुप, रघु हैज डन दैट फॉर ग्रुप. लेकिन लोगों को अपने इंडिविजुअल क्वेश्चन का पेन पॉइंट चाहिए. That is why they put up the survey trusting me. So that is what I'm giving back to them in that. So do that. Some things in life are not done for money. So मेरे को एक दिन की छुट्टी महंगी पड़ी ना, मेरे को आज संडे लगाना पड़ रहा है. सुबह भी लगा रहा हूँ, शाम को भी लगाऊंगा. That's okay. I don't mind that because I want to finish these things before the end of the year. That is my prerogative. So I hope that answers your query. So raise your treatment charges, upgrade your facilities, and associate cost and pricing with money. फिर और पैसे बढ़ाओ थोड़े से और वैल्यू के साथ देखो, फिर तो कोई जल्दी बिकेगा. महंगी चीज जल्दी बिकती है. I gave the example yesterday also in one of the pain points. दिल्ली का ही था, उनको एग्जाम्पल दिया. दिल्ली में 100 करोड़ का फ्लैट बिकना शुरू हुआ. 7 minutes ऑक्शन वॉज कंप्लीटेड. 7 minutes. और ये 2-4 फ्लैट नहीं थे, देवर मल्टीपल फ्लैट्स. अबव 50 थे, अबव 50 और 60 थे फ्लैट शायद. 60 फ्लैट 7 मिनट में बिक गए 7 करोड़ के. What else do you, or 100 करोड़ के, सॉरी 100 करोड़ के 7 minutes में बिक गए. People have the money. It's only that we are not coming across them because we are not reaching out to them. We are reaching out to only convenience patients जिनको सिर्फ प्राइस में इंटरेस्ट है. So understand that and reach out to them. So query number 203 from Bharuch, Gujarat. Daily walk-in patients are very low in my clinic. Even after running my clinic since 8 years, it is in prime location of the town also. Many times I feel patients may not be satisfied with my approach or my treatment, but my patients do come back and also refer their family and friends. I get worried after 8 years of clinic. Also, I don't have enough patients. So daily walk-in is low. 8 साल हो गए हैं, तो you should be at least now in the stable phase of your practice, if not success. Although the ideal after 5 to 7 years is the success phase. But yes, if you're surviving only on word of mouth or referrals only, then you are building not building a practice, but just, you can say, doing a 9 to 5 in your practice. So don't have that approach. Be more visible. If you have a skill level, if you have you can say, if you are doing good work, then it is your responsibility to reach out to your target audience. Treat it like your responsibility to reach out to your target audience. Awareness among the patient is too low. Half of my time goes in explaining them only. अगर आप फ्री हैं तो आपको क्या टेंशन है? Half of क्या, more than half of spend करो time, educate them, create awareness. Once you create effective awareness, it is going to come back to you only. So number 3, when middle class patients comes, they do not bargain. But when high class or known patient comes, they expect discounts and bargain. Even they don't want to pay the consultation charges. They say to the reception कि सिर्फ मिलना है डॉक्टर से. अगर ऐसा पेशेंट शाना बन के अंदर आता तो आप भी उसके साथ शाने बन जाओ ना. You can say you are in Gujarat. Gujaratis are never, you can say, non-profitable. They're always profitable, even more than the Mumbai people. So be more profitable. तो they say कि नहीं डॉक्टर से मिलना, और अंदर आके कंसल्टेशन शुरू कर दिया. You mention, ओ आपकी स्लिप कहाँ है? आप स्लिप नहीं लाए? बेटा स्लिप नहीं बनाई तुमने? Ask your receptionist, और उसको इसके लिए पहले प्रिपेयर करो कि ऐसे पेशेंट आते तो आई विल टॉक टू यू लाइक दिस ओनली. बेटा स्लिप नहीं बनाई? नहीं, वो सर कह रहे थे मिलना है सिर्फ आपसे. नहीं 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 सर, मेरे से कंसल्ट कर रहे हैं प्रॉपर, आप इनकी स्लिप बनाओ. सर प्लीज जाके अपने डिटेल्स लिखवाइए और स्लिप बनवाइए. दैट इज द बेस्ट वे टू डू इट. ना पेशेंट आपको ना कर पाएगा कि नहीं मैं तो सिर्फ मिलने आया था, पूछने आया था. सेट. अगर वो बेशर्म होकर अंदर घुसा तो आप डबल बेशर्म हो जाओ. दैट इज द बेस्ट वे टू डू इट. Of course, you are not crossing any line. You are being very respectful and polite, and you are letting the patient know that you mean business. You mean business. Of course, रिसेप्शनिस्ट को अपने सिंक में लेना जरूरी होता है. थोड़ा सा डू दैट एंड से, बेटा इनकी स्लिप क्यों नहीं बनाई? नहीं नहीं वो सर कह रहे थे मिलना है. नहीं नहीं बेटा, ये मेरे से कंसल्ट कर रहे हैं, ये मेरे से पूछ रहे हैं डिटेल में. डोंट वरी, मेरे को फाइंडिंग्स लिखनी है इनके उसके ऊपर, तो इनकी स्लिप बनाओ बकायदा. सर प्लीज जाइए अपनी डिटेल्स लिखवाइए. एंड नो पेशेंट विल कैन इवन रिफ्यूज इट. दैट इज द बेस्ट वे टू डू इट. Is it ethical to put big banners and city advertising your clinic? Technically you can do advertisement, but उसमें आप अपना contact number और address नहीं लिख सकते हैं. So I'm not sure if you want to indulge in an advertisement where you can't write your KYC. So technically मतलब ना करने के लिए है कि आपको डायबिटीज तो है लेकिन आप बर्फी खा सकते हैं लेकिन शुगर फ्री. So it is like that. Imagine the solution. So I hope you get your answer. So query number 204 from Bengaluru, Karnataka. How to convince patients for teeth whitening as it is not a permanent solution. Teeth will get back to original shade in 1 or 2 years. Patients always ready to pay if we mention something is permanent. अगर कोई ऐसा पेशेंट बोलता ना तो again without crossing the line you can always say you got threading, waxing, bleaching or facial done which did not even last you 1 month. This is still lasting you 1 to 2 years. And now another way to convey this thing very, very conveniently is if you can limit your cola, coffee, cold drink intake, cola, tea, coffee intake. I say this like this only. Cola, tea, coffee intake, you can limit to 1.5 cup per day. This should last you around 2.5 to 3 years. And that is what actually my whitening lasts. More than 3 to 4 years it lasts, but I always say it on the lesser side. 2.5 से 3 साल कोई भी माइंड नहीं करता है. So if your system is actually giving you 1 to 2 years, don't put it on, you can say teeth will get back to original shade. Put it on patient. Play lawn tennis, throw the ball in others' court. Simple logic. If your tea, coffee and cola intake is 1.5 cup per day average, then the teeth whitening can last you 2.5 to 3 years. Simple way of selling it. So, and if I eat more, then obviously it will be less. अब वो चाय छोड़ेगा कि शेड छोड़ेगा, वो कहेगा कोई बात नहीं, साल बाद हम दोबारा करा लेंगे लेकिन चाय तो नहीं छोड़ सकते. ठीक है, फेयर इनफ, आ जाओ साल बाद आ जाना. So you get repeat purchase also because you have clarified everything right at the start before the treatment. So the patient can make a fair and square call कि हाँ भाई जो डिस्कलरेशन वाली चीजें हैं वो तो हम बंद नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो फिर नेचुरली कोई चीज जो इन्होंने वाइटन की उसका भी एक लाइफ होगा ना. That is how the patients look at it in a perspective. So while taking signatures in consent form from patient who is not having any family member or known person in the locality of the dental clinic where he is taking dental treatment, how to take witness signature from patient side? अगर patient के सब कुछ करने के बावजूद witness नहीं है, your own staff member can do that. आपके विटनेस पे भी साइन कर सकता है और कोई दूसरा स्टाफ मेंबर एज अ डबल ऑफ विटनेस फॉर द पेशेंट कर सकता है. बट इन दैट केस यू नीड टू मेंशन अ लाइन, सिंस द पेशेंट डिड नॉट हैव द, यू कैन से, द ऑप्शन ऑफ ब्रिंगिंग अ फैमिली मेंबर और अ नेबर, सो they have volunteered to take my other assistants, namely this, as a witness signature after their consent on this. तो एक लाइन ऐड करनी है उसमें, कंप्यूटर में डाल के एक लाइन ऐड कर दीजिए सेकंड पेज पे, थर्ड पेज पे, जो भी आपका पेज है, एंड टेक सिग्नेचर ऑफ योर अदर असिस्टेंट. सॉल्यूशंस हर चीज के होते हैं, द ओनली थिंग इज वेदर वी आर विलिंग टू अप्लाई देम और नॉट. आई होप दैट आंसर्स योर क्वेरी. Query number 205 from Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh. I am consistently inconsistent. Wow. As far as marketing of the clinic is required. When I do marketing, I get good footfall. Unable to handle patients alone, so I delegate work in my clinic. Consultant also had some bitter experience with consultants too in my absence. Sometimes they don't work properly and I had to repeat the work, could not charge patients also. Choose your consultants wisely is my one line advice always since so many years now. एंड ऑब्वियसली इट डज नॉट मैटर, काम ही रिपीट करना पड़ा, शुक्र करो कोई नेग्लिजेंस नहीं फेस करनी पड़ी. सो हमेशा पॉजिटिव ढूंढो. इसमें आपने नेगेटिव चीज ये ढूंढी कि आपको काम में पैसे नहीं मिले. काम में अगर पैसे देने पड़ते, काम भी करना पड़ता, पैसे भी देने पड़ते कोर्ट के थ्रू, वो ज्यादा अच्छा लगता है आपको. सो चूज योर कंसल्टेंट वाइजली बेस्ड ऑन देयर स्किल लेवल, नॉट ऑन देयर एक्सपीरियंस लेवल. A fresher can have a good skill, and experience may not have a good skill. So both the things are vice versa also true and can be true as well. So hire based on skill. So I don't need to explain you the importance of marketing. You already know it. When you do it, you're getting good footfall. The only thing is if you do it consistent होके करेंगे ना आप, तो आपके पास काम आएगा, आप पे हैंडल नहीं होएगा. तो then you need to delegate also. So find able deputies, able colleagues who can handle your work even in your presence, even in your absence. So hire based on skill level, ask, attitude, skill and knowledge. ये तीन क्राइटेरिया यूज होते हैं हायरिंग में. If you are not hiring as per the ask, you are definitely, you can say, losing out on certain things. And of course, since I can't trust consultants, so I'm a little skeptical in appointing associate dentist because most of the time patients want to get treated by me, hence unable to increase the revenue in my clinic. So simple logic is, कई बारी you have to empower them, give them confidence. Sometimes patients will say, no डॉक्टर साहब आप करो. अरे ये डॉक्टर साहब आरसीटी में स्पेशलिस्ट हैं हमारे क्लिनिक में, अगर मेरे को आरसीटी की जरूरत पड़ेगी तो मैं भी इनसे कराऊंगा, करवाइए, चिंता ना कीजिए, आई एम देयर इन द क्लिनिक. You empower your colleague, you empower them in front of your patients, and you will obviously get benefited in on that account very, very strongly. So think about it. There are ways to, again, as I said, to treat it. The only thing is you have to find out the correct solutions for that. So query number 206 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. In my area, there are approximately 22 dental clinics in an area less than 1 kilometer radius. Although the population is also dense, the high number of dental practitioners means a cutthroat practice which sometimes involves bad mouthing our fellow doctors and price cuts. How do we ensure a smooth flow of patients in such a heavy, unhealthy competition? So although I have a almost loyal customer base, attracting new clients is a big task. So number of doctors does not matter. You can say people doing bad mouthing does not matter. You will get your due, whatever. So you have a loyal customer base. Do active marketing. You will have a word of mouth referral also working for you. So word of mouth referral उनके लिए काम नहीं करता जिनके पास पेशेंट्स पहले ही कम होते हैं, पर जिनके पास लॉयल बेस होता है उनके लिए word of mouth भी works in sync with the marketing. So the only way is to have organic base, validation points, marketing your practice. The times have changed, so think of marketing for sure. So do we have to write handwritten consent, custom consent for every patient? No, you can do the typing consent. You have the computer written printout taken consent. Don't need to write a handwritten. सारे दिन में एक ही patient करोगे फिर तो आप. So don't need to do that. Do follow the digital world. कोई इतना भी मुश्किल काम नहीं है टाइप करना कंप्यूटर पे. नहीं आता तो किसी को ड्यूटी लगा दो. Have that staff member with you who can type. So वैसे तो ये ऐसी स्किल है which is a learnable skill. नहीं आती ना, देख देख के टाइप करने से अच्छा आप टाइपिंग की क्लासेस ले लो. You can learn typing in 15 days. 15 days, 1 घंटा लगाओ, आधा घंटा लगाओ, 1 घंटा भी नहीं लगता, 30-40 मिनट्स की क्लास होती है. 15 दिन क्लास लगा लो, you will become a pro at typing. What else do you need? So लेकिन वही है कि हम लोग error and trial and error करके सीखते हैं. We don't want to learn in a authentic way through someone who can guide us. So I generally just mentioned what procedure was done on the patient's form. Do we now need to write in detail exactly what was done for? Example, in case of RC, do we have to mention the length of the canal, the sealer used, the GP brand, the lot number, expiry date of the used products like a few abroad practices do? No, you don't need to write so much detail, but yes, length and the procedure followed. For example, if you're using multiple rotary root canal, manual root canal, maybe 2%, 4%, 6% GP, whichever you use, or whichever technique you have used. If you use different techniques, then you mention that in your records. पेशेंट के फॉर्म पे लिखना जरूरी नहीं है, आपके रिकॉर्ड्स में एंट्री होनी इस चीज की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. सो जीपी ब्रांड कौन सा है, सीलर कौन सा, यस इफ यू आर यूजिंग मल्टीपल देन फॉर योर रेफरेंस यू कैन ऐड. बट यूजली लोग एक ही तरह का सिस्टम यूज करते हैं या मैक्सिमम 2 करते हैं यूज, एंटीरियर के लिए सेपरेट, पोस्टीरियर के लिए सेपरेट. सो इफ यू आर यूजिंग दैट, जीपीज तो मल्टीपल बहुत कम लोग यूज करते हैं, और लॉट नंबर, एक्सपायरी और डेट ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स, that is not needed as per the law in India, but have an entry of the majors that I mentioned. We are still not into the Western world practices, but yes, having a consent, having a detailed record inside your practice is important. Patient के फॉर्म पे लिखा नहीं लिखा is not important, but patients can ask for record any day. पेशेंट ने गवा दिया पर्चा, आपके पास नहीं लिखा हुआ, तो आप उसको रिकॉर्ड कैसे दोगे? पेशेंट के पास लिखना जरूरी नहीं है. Courts demand that you should have that thing in your record about the factors that I mentioned. So query from Mumbai, Maharashtra 207 with the with the grace of Almighty. So we have more patients than I can handle. Every day lose patients due to unavailability of appointments, but our patients mostly wait for us and new patients go elsewhere. What a wonderful place to be in. So although we increase charges, we can solve this problem by doubling charges, and patients should reduce by half. I feel giving scope to accomplish new patients' emergencies and checkups. However, I find new patients a headache and old patients are best, and they listen to us and don't waste our time. That is what is required. People don't understand. सारी दुनिया का यही रोना है, फुटबॉल नहीं है, फुटबॉल नहीं है. भैया जो ओल्ड ट्रीट किए हैं उनको आप रिटेन कर पा रहे हो? You have wonderfully summed it well. They know our way of working. They know our system. They know our, you can say, everything that you have in your practice. But that is how you can distinguish between a new and an old patient. A new needs to be set up in our practice. He may become adjusted to what we work and how we work and the system we work, but not everyone will do. And so you will lose patients. So since you are already having a good patient database, I really agree that whatever you are doing. So is this the right approach? Yes, you can follow it always. If new should not be treated as a headache, but new को old बनाने की पूरी कोशिश कीजिए आप. That is the best advice I can give you. So don't have space to expand. No space is available in our area or whatever clinic. If any space is available, it is not less than 2.5 to 3 crores, and I feel I would rather invest in equity and start taking Saturday off rather than shift to a new clinic with huge EMI. Need to buy a home also, and 2 BHK is 2.5 crore on average. So you know your priorities very clearly. So that is आपकी एक पहली क्वेरी है जो नो प्रायोरिटी पेन पॉइंट में फिट बैठती है, आई वुड से. सो यू हैव नॉट हाई, मीडियम और मॉडरेट और लो. सो आई बिलीव दिस इज अ परफेक्ट क्वेरी फॉर दैट. सो ठीक है, काम ज्यादा है तो काम से छुट्टी मार लो, सैटरडे को 5 दिन काम करो, काम ही कम कर दो, चार्जेस बढ़ा दो. Ideal way to do it. Of course, many patients don't do it, many colleagues don't do it in this way, but yes, it depends upon the rent versus buy option, or you can say existing option. To buy new space is always handy when we think of how many years in practice remaining. Rent देने के बजाय हम लोग EMI दे रहे हैं in the hope of a practice, or you can say the clinic gaining value over the period of time. Sometimes it does not. So do not feel confident to buy microscope, scanner, lasers, etc. and feel same investment in equity will give better returns with lesser headache in the long run, and maintenance of such is also expensive. So you have priorities very much sorted out, but yes, you can still upgrade based on your specialty. Now these three are total 3 different specialties: prostho specialty, laser, and of course endo, microscope. So these are 3 different specialties. You can still upgrade slowly and gradually if your space allows, of course. If it does not allow, then keep on doing quality work. Look out for an opportunity. You may or may not get an opportunity in the near future, but once you get it, to expand a little bit, think of expansion. But yes, rather than blocking your money in such gadgets which are more of FOMO based, or you can say social media guided, it is always better that you invest in equity, because equity will surely give you the right kind of return in the long run. Query number 208 from Ahmednagar, Maharashtra. People want only symptomatic relief. They are not willing to spend on doing complete treatment done. Majority of my patients are from rural area, so they have a problem regarding multiple visits for treatment and also concerns regarding finances of end treatment cost. So most of them want only symptomatic pain relief. In rural areas, patients are skeptical to give consent as they have some sort of unfounded fears. Educate them, my dear friend. Community marketing, outreach programs are the best way to treat the rural patients in a way where they feel that they can benefit from you, from your services. So go on the community outreach program where they can get these returns. So think of those things as an advantage rather than as a disadvantage. The more you educate them, the more it is going to come back to you. Query number 209 from Tirunelveli, Tamil Nadu. Staff attrition and less motivation to learn and update. Data loss due to unexpected system or software crash. So if the staff attrition is there and less motivation is there to learn and update, appoint more staff members, new staff members. When they see someone else is working at a higher pace, you can say higher salary, higher pay, and because of the higher skill set, they'll be motivated to do, or they will automatically be filtered out from your practice with time. Don't remove them. They'll automatically, you can say, develop that fear or filter themselves to go that ways. So I remember one of my assistants a long time back, he had this knack. He was a wonderful housekeeping guy, but I tried to upgrade his skill set by teaching him the dentistry part. He never wanted to be a CSA. He was ready to hold the suction, manage some part of that, but had no inclination even after guidance to, you can say, know about materials ki kaun sa use karna hai, kaise mix karna hai. Never in that. Then I tried putting him into documentation part, entries karwana shuru kiya. He could not learn in that. I'm talking of year 2009 or 10, I guess. 12-13 saal purani baat. So after three months, I told him, these are the things you need to now start learning now. Dheere se diya, pyar se diya. After 6 months, I gave him another feedback. At the end of 5 months, he said, now mera 6वां महीना start ho raha hai, please raise my salary. So I told him very clearly at that point of time, boy, I have been trying to upgrade your skill set. Try to move you to a proper CSA job. Try to move you to a receptionist or admin job. You have not upgraded your skill set. The salary you are currently working on, at that time he was working with me at 7.5 or 8,000, between 7 and 8 only. So I said, इस चीज की maximum range 10-12 हजार तक पहुंचोगे तुम with inflation. If you are not expanding your skill set, you will not be able to do that. Then after trying my utmost, I kept another staff member. उसको भी मैंने रखा, निकाला नहीं. But he was already more qualified, थोड़ा सा इससे ज़्यादा पढ़ा लिखा था, more qualified, and he was a quick learner. He, you can say, slowly and steadily kept on learning, and slowly his pay got ahead of the existing staff member. So naturally वो pinch तो आना ही था ना. तो he then left my clinic. Notice दे के निकला, but he left my clinic, and I told him, if you have this attitude, तभी बोलते ना ASK से hire करो ना. एटीट्यूड स्किल एंड नॉलेज, स्किल एंड नॉलेज तो अपग्रेड कर सकते हो, लेकिन एटीट्यूड अगर सही नहीं होगा तो SNK भी नहीं लेंगे वो. आई टोल्ड हिम इस चीज की लिमिट उतनी रहेगी. हाउसकीपिंग यू डू वंडरफुल, ठीक है, यू मेंट फॉर दैट जॉब रोल, पर अगर तुम सैलरी इंक्रीज चाहते हो विच एवरीबॉडी एक्सपेक्ट्स, तो यू नीड टू इंक्रीज योर रेंज ऑफ स्किल्स ना. अगर रेंज नहीं बढ़ाओगे तो स्किल कैसे बढ़ेगी. तो उसको उस वक्त समझ आ गई, एंड देन ही सॉ कि मेरे से बाद में लगा लड़का मेरे से हायर सैलरी पे पहुंच गया, मेरे से ज्यादा काम कर रहा है. सैलरी वाज नॉट द पिंच फॉर हिम. उसको ये था कि मैं इनकॉर्पोरेटेड हूं, मैं काम नहीं कर पाता. आई ट्राई टू मेक हिम अंडरस्टैंड. ही वाज देयर फॉर 1 month व्हेन ही टोल्ड मी दैट ही वांटेड टू लीव, but वो somehow he had made up his mind, so I respected it, decision. But I told him, be willing to learn, show willingness to learn. Unless you do that, you are absolutely not going to gain from there. Query number 210 from Nakodar, Jalandhar, Punjab. Patients not turning up after taking all details and options for treatment, tries to bargain every time with different methods, but I deny. Just take medicine and treatment details. I believe that patients are not trusting you with the options you give. Maybe you are not good with your treatment skill, or you can say communication skills. Maybe you are not explaining them properly. So sometimes we give all the options or too many options to them, which confuses them. I'm trying to look it from patient perspective. I'm not finding faults with you, so don't look at me wrongly in that perspective. So you may be trying to bargain with different methods, but the patient may try that, but say it very clearly rather than denying it. Say we have certain costs that we have to pay, so we cannot actually reduce. So if the parent is willing to take treatment, so the best solution for you is to do active marketing. Reach out to other A and B category of patients rather than concentrating only on C and D patients. I hope that answers your query. Wow. Another query from Nagodar City District, Jalandhar, Punjab. I've asked you about this before also, sir. I have started new clinical practice. I wanted to ask about basic things that everyone should follow when starting new clinic. Registration of clinic name, nahi chahiye, and contacting biomedical waste persons, else other things. You are in Punjab, so I'll guide you. Samram की होता था पहले, अब Rainbow है, Medicare है. So there are two service providers. उनके areas divided हैं, even in a city. So if you are in Nakodar, I think वहाँ पे रेनबो होगा, मेडिकेयर नहीं है वहाँ पे शायद, बट स्टिल चेक इट आउट. सो बायोमेडिकल एजेंसी का एक बार कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करना है, उसके बाद वो आपको बैग्स देंगे और आपका वेस्ट लिफ्ट करना शुरू कर देंगे. वो हफ्ते में एक ही बार आएंगे, वो एंट्री रोज की डालेंगे, मेल आपको रोज भेजेंगे. सो दे विल कीप ऑन डूइंग दिस ओनली. So regarding registration of clinic name, whatever name you like, you can keep it. You don't need to register it anywhere in Punjab. So else other things you need to be aware of is consent form rakhiye, documentation rakhiye, record keeping rakhiye. Those things are very important. So these are the things you can say things to know before opening up a new practice. इस नाम पे 2 वीडियो की सीरीज है. Watch those videos on YouTube. It will help you. Things to do or things to know before you open up a new practice. So you have already opened up, but there are so many things that you need to know otherwise also. So get a hang of that, and of course this thing should help you. So query number 212 from Nagpur, Maharashtra. Value for treatment. Value for treatment is sometimes when the patient equate it to cost. कितना benefit मिला, कितना 10 रुपए दिए तो कितने का benefit मिला, 9 रुपए का मिला, 11 रुपए का मिला. If you give them more value, they are going to get more benefit from you, and they are going to pay you happily. If they believe that you have over promised and under delivered, the value will seem always less. So think about it, because value is something that you can't really hide. What you deliver in terms of satisfaction, patient outcome, treatment outcome, and patient treatment outcome, I mean patient treatment outcome, and the results that are to be done. So if you are happy in providing that, so you can say the patients will appreciate. That is why I always say under promise and over deliver rather than doing the reverse. So this finishes the uncategorized pain points also. Now the 3 queries are left which we found on re-audit. So on re-audit, a query was pending from high pain point category. Again, my mistake only, of course. So query from Nashik, Maharashtra, answering a high priority point, which was inadvertently left out by my staff. This is how we work. We check and recheck. मेरे पास कोई gain or lose करने के लिए नहीं है, but I still, it is the way I work. How you work, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So it is my way of working that I do. So one of these queries was left out. Let's answer this. So query number 213 from Nashik, Maharashtra. Less number of high ticket patients. Sometimes income is good in 1 month, but in next month it is less. How to deal with it? How to increase OPD in daily practices? Although this query has been answered multiple times, but I'll still answer it. Less number of high ticket patients means you don't have a validation point set up. You don't have good referral points set up. You don't have an organic presence. The patients can't correlate you with you online. They don't see your website. They don't see cases on your website. They don't see testimonials or reviews on your website. They can't correlate with what kind of a dentist are you, what kind of services are you offering. They don't have any images of your clinic, which you should have put on your website. So if you're not having all these things, then you will continue to do dentistry with word of mouth referral, whatever comes your way by your luck. So for having, you can say, good marketing strategies, you need to put up those things where you can say, show what you stand for, authenticity, credibility, trust factor, and giving more, and you can say, causing less and less problem in that sense. So how to increase OPD in daily practices? By consistent marketing. Be more visible so that you become more accessible for the patient. You are more authentic for the patient. That is the only advice I can give you. I hope that answers your query, and sorry for the delay which was there, which led you to query coming up to this place. So query number 214 from Dubai, UAE, again an high priority query which is left out. Number one, patient conversion. I find it extremely difficult to sell and justify the high cost to treatment to patients. Although I am having difficulty in converting patients, hence I am difficult in converting patients and earning revenue. Of course, if you are not following the selling principles properly, why buy this, why buy from me, why buy now? If you are selling only the features and not the benefits, you will not be able to justify the high treatment cost. Patients see value in whatever you are charging. They don't see, you can say, they don't see that you are, you can say, charging based on your materials. Some people try to equate कि हम तो जी 1000 रुपए का काम कर रहे हैं, इसमें 800 रुपए का मटेरियल लग जाएगा. Don't sell it like this. You need to work for your skills also, but openly भी नहीं कहना I have worked 20 years to do this in 20 minutes. So वो भी नहीं कहने की जरूरत होती. Some things are best understood कि हाँ भाई ये बंदा एक्सपीरियंस है, स्किल अच्छी है, तो अगला पैसे अपने काम के लेता है. That is a no-brainer for majority of people. So you don't need to justify. You only need to give them benefits. What is in it for me? WIIFM approach. Once you have that approach, you will not have any difficulty in converting patients and of course earning revenue. So getting the patient to write Google reviews, इसमें तो मैं सिंपल बोलता हूं, कर्मा बाइट्स बैक. सो अगर आपने रिव्यू किसी को नहीं दिया है, मैं कितने लोगों से रिव्यू मांगता हूं, कितने लोगों से बोलता हूं लिख के दो, फीडबैक दो, एनीथिंग, people hardly give it. If you don't give review, you will not get back review. Karma will come to bite back badly. So that is the only thing I can say. So I hope you get your answer. So query number 215, the last one from Mangalore, Karnataka. I work for a private medical institute in Mangalore. Hence they set very low charges for dental treatment. For example, 300 rupees for GIC. Oh my God. 1250 for RCT and so on. But on the other hand, dental materials are costly and I have pressure from management to increase income. How to increase income with such low prices? So management never pays bills on time. Delays like 1 year, due to which irregular supply of materials and lab work. Sometimes I have to spend from my pocket to finish the work. If I question the management regarding irregularities of payment, they say low income from dental side. So management compares dental OPD with general medicine OPD. Medicine people have around 300 patients per day with around 16 doctors. In dental, per day OPD is 10 to 15 with treatment and I am alone. Even I have tried to explain the management that medicine people just do checkup and give medicine, but in dental we have to treat the patients max number of times, which is time consuming. At least they can compare dental OPD with their OT cases, is still fine, but management has always turned a blind eye towards it. Earlier I had my clinic in a small town called Mood Bidri. Here the pain point I felt was senior dentists who are in 40 plus years of age practice are charging 150 for extraction and all. For beginners like me, I was finding difficult to practice. At least there could be unity amongst dentists and could have set a rate slab so that everyone could have survived in dentistry. Let's come back to your first problem of hospital. So I believe that if you're having a love and a hate, I would say love hate bhi nahi, aapka hate hi hai. Hate relationship with your management, and you feel that you are being still paid well, and again sometimes the performance is made with the results or the salary, or is indirectly and inversely proportional sometimes with the salary for many managements. I have worked in a charitable hospital. I still remember those trustee, may he rest in peace. He passed away about 10 years back, but he was always, whenever he called for the staff meeting, he used to make a surprise visit एंड देन कॉल अ सरप्राइज मीटिंग. यूजली वो करते थे, आते थे 1:30-2 बजे, हॉस्पिटल के टाइम के बाद रखते थे स्टाफ मीटिंग. एंड एवरी मीटिंग इट वाज ओनली द डेंटल डिपार्टमेंट एंड ही वाज लाइक, डॉक्टर साहिबान आप काम नहीं करते हैं, आप देखिए बाकी डिपार्टमेंट्स कितना अर्न कर रहे हैं और आप कितना अर्न कर रहे हैं. एंड I was one of the most juniors at that time. Talking, we had 98, 99, 2000. I worked in that hospital. So, and they were paying me a salary of 2000 also. So I had nothing to lose at that point of time. So he used to challenge consultants who had a share in the income also, revenue also. and they had fixed salaries also. So every time the HOD was, you can say, on a cliffhanger, and they used to question him. एक स्किन वालों स्किन की पता नहीं कौन सा डिपार्टमेंट था, उसकी कम होती थी, शायद स्किन था या कोई और था, एंड एक डेंटल, इन दोनों पे हमेशा गाज गिरती गिरती थी. सो दैट इज वेयर, एंड हर वक्त, हर महीने, हर तीसरे महीने कोई ना कोई चर्निंग ऑफ HOD होती थी. HOD यूज टू टर्न ओवर, HOD versus management turnover ratio was very high. So you can say I have seen those times also. I can pretty much understand it is not possible sometimes to increase the services. They were not ready to increase the charges, and of course bills वाली problem वहां भी आती थी. Many times we had 6 chairs over there. एक HOD के पास थी, 5 बाहर थी. 5 में से 3 या 2 हमेशा नॉन फंक्शनल होती थी. तो स्टाफ मेंबर कई बार बाहर जो होते थे, अदर देन HOD, 5 या 6 होते थे. तो 2 या 3 चेयर्स पे 6 बंदे तो काम कर नहीं सकते, तो पेशेंट डिवाइड करके बुलाने पड़ते थे. असिस्टेंट्स 2 थे, वन फॉर द HOD एंड वन फॉर ऑल द 5 चेयर्स, एंड दैट वन वाज ऑलवेज टू बी स्टक टू द सीनियर मोस्ट जो बाहर बैठता था. So we never got an assistant in those situations. So there are even worse situations than this. Of course, we never paid from our pocket. Yes, couple of times we did get things repaired, but I would say again, this is what I compare it to a toxic work environment. If you can survive it, if you can hold it, if you can tolerate it, please go ahead. If not, please leave it. Please leave. So you've already mentioned in your second pain point that you did a practice, open up a practice in a good urban town rather than a small town, and those things will continue to be there. Do it with a plan. Now you have the backing. Now you know that marketing is important. You can say do a survey. You can say find out the target audience of that area, working population, business population. You can say salaried class, whichever it is. Open up a clinic after a proper homework. Once you open up, and of course work on the location part. So all those things, do your homework, do active marketing, and be profitable from month 1. That is what I will advise you, rather than living in that toxic environment. Unity Dentist में मेरे को नहीं लगता आने वाली है in any time near future soon, because उसके लिए कॉमन प्लेटफॉर्म चाहिए होता है. कॉमन प्लेटफॉर्म का मतलब होता है कि जहाँ पे डेंटिस्ट मिलके एक दूसरे को फेस करें, बात करें. इवन द कॉमन प्लेटफॉर्म विच इज देयर इज इंडियन डेंटल एसोसिएशन, IDA. 25% मेंबर्स हैं ऑल ओवर इंडिया. 3 लाख डेंटिस्ट हम बोलते हैं. IDA HO का ऑफिशियल नंबर है 75,000, और मान के चलो थोड़ा इन्फ्लेट ही होता है वो. तो 20-22-25% मेंबर हैं, तो 75 to 80 आर नॉन मेंबर्स. तो मेजॉरिटी उनकी है नॉन मेंबर्स की. तो आप कहाँ से उनके साथ माइंडसेट मैच करोगे, यूनियन बनाओगे? द ओनली थिंग पॉसिबल इज पीपल कैन वर्क ऑन देयर लोकल लेवल्स, कि लोकल जाके एक दूसरे के साथ इंटरेक्ट करके अपनी छोटी सी एक यूनियन बना ले, मिनी यूनियन बना ले, या हम लोग इस मिनिमम रेट पे काम करेंगे. लाइक एवरी पंक्चर वाला एसोसिएशन, लाइक यू कैन से स्कूटर वाला मैकेनिक एसोसिएशन, या एक कारपेंटर एसोसिएशन, सबकी अपनी अपनी बिलिंग एसोसिएशन बनी हुई है. एंड दे डोंट, यू कैन से, इन स्पाइट ऑफ बीइंग अनएजुकेटेड, दे डोंट फॉल्टर ऑन दैट. But if you can do something like that, you can do it. But else, open up a practice in an urban area. That should be the best solution for you. But if you can have this toxic environment and still not be unaffected, please continue. I hope I have answered your query. So this brings me to the last query for today. This is pending from episode number 60. It was actually number 70, but I have named it 216. Query from Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. It was again a high priority pain point. So developing a 6 Sigma practice with that wow factor. So the wow factor is basically the value addition. उससे पहले देखते हैं 6 Sigma होता क्या है. This is a Japanese term. So 6 Sigma is actually a set of methodologies and tools used to improve business processes. जिनमें हम लोग defects and errors reduce करते हैं. इसको बोलते हैं trial and error reduce करो. Patient footfall नहीं हो रही है तो marketing strategies अपनाओ. That is reducing trial and error. नहीं हो रही है तो targeted marketing करो, focus करो. So minimize variations, increasing quality efficiency, improving productivity is the bottom line aim. So the goal is to achieve a level of quality that is nearly perfect with about only 3.4 defects per million opportunities. That is how the practice is that you can increase in that sense. So this is achieved by using a DMAIC approach. Define, measure, analyze, improve, control. जो मैं बोलता ना EACR अप्रोच, एग्जीक्यूट, एनालाइज, करेक्ट एंड रिपोर्ट, इज अ वेरिएशन ऑफ दिस 6 सिग्मा ओनली, जो मैंने आप लोगों को, बहुत सारे लोगों को प्रैक्टिस मैंने वर्कशॉप में भी सिखाई है, EACR अप्रोच. सो आइडेंटिफाई एंड एलिमिनेट द कॉज ऑफ वेरिएशन, improve those processes. So this is based on the Greek sigma, or you can say this is the Greek symbol only, which is You can say in statistical इसको एक standard deviation measure के लिए use किया जाता है. So 6 sigma comes from the bell curve used in statistics where 1 sigma means one single standard deviation. So if the process has 6 sigmas, you can say 3 above and 3 below the mean, then that defect rate is extremely low. So that is how we look at 6 sigma practice. So I hope I answer your query from a colleague from Jharkhand who has answered this thing. So this is the best I could do. Of course, it is not the name of the book. It is the name of the book as well. But this is the best I could do. I hope I have not left out any query from what was posted to me in June. And I'm glad that I've finished the practice pain points. I plan to do the same with the finance pain points as well. Finance pain point वैसे भी इससे आगे चल रहा है, उसके total pain points भी थोड़े से कम है. So probably we'll end up sooner than this. It has taken me 3 hours and 30 minutes as against 2 hours, but never mind. Finishing it was the primary agenda. So thank you so much for all of you who are watching on Facebook and watching on the Zoom room. Thank you for your patience. This is the last project which is coming up at 5 p.m. today. My deadline is 8 p.m. So anyways, I'll finish before 7:30, most likely. So webinar number 275, episode number 11. And of course, this is the workshop that is coming up, the finance workshop in 2 modules. So if you can say want to enroll, although registration has closed, we are starting tomorrow from the new year with the orientation session. So if you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this on Zoom, if you want to come on board, this is your last opportunity. And if when I do it next, it will be surely in July end or October, or sorry, or August, because this year we are going to have in 2024, we'll have 2 budgets. One in first Feb, the interim budget, and one the full budget in July, mid of July. So it is but natural that if any changes are there in the budget, I do the workshop after that only. So the homework for you is very simple. Develop the trait of giving back to the society. Whatever you have from me as a takeaway in today's session, please post it for the betterment of your colleagues. Even if you're watching on Facebook, even if you're watching on Zoom room, please do share your feedbacks and takeaways. You can post on social media as well. Dr. Bhadeep is my ID everywhere. Do it right away after the session. Cement your learning, as writing is the best form of learning, and I'm sure there would be ample. So so this is my social media presence on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. I'm by the same name, Dr. Bhavdeep. Even on YouTube by the same number. Lot many videos scheduled up already. This year the target mostly would be Instagram and YouTube only. Of course, YouTube is in a revamp process. Many of the things are being corrected over there. Many of the things don't have tags missing. So we are working on the background for many things. Changes will come. The YouTube channel will be silent for some days at one point of time in Feb. So when all the changes will be implemented, right now we are doing the groundwork. But again, it is by my name only, Dr. Bhavdeep. And of course, Facebook also by my name, Dr. Bhavdeep, or PSG community, where the video is being right now streamed as well. The first and the last part streamed in Facebook community as well. So the first part was deleted from there today morning. The final part would be there for a couple of days. So if you're watching on Facebook and not in my WhatsApp community, please feel free to message me. I will add you. And do give me your feedback for sure for all these 5 parts or for these 11 parts. If you feel they have benefited you in some way, please feel free to drop your message in the WhatsApp group or in the Facebook group, wherever you're watching. Bookies and Big Bats both would be welcome in equal measure. It has been a Herculean effort, but yes, if it was worth it, please do drop in your feedback. So I'm stopping my share for questions after this, and I hope I'll take up the first from the chat. I unmute you as well. So I'm taking up from the chat first. So Richard Kalra, he's not here. He asked what all channels of marketing: YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all these are channels of marketing. Please repeat ABCD: amazing, breadwinning, convenience, dangerous. How to deny treatment for D-type patients? Simply saying, if the patient says, please give me in return that your colleague has done something wrong, I simply say, I'm sorry, you are in wrong place. I'm not going to give it to you in return. That is the way I simply say it and deny it. At the start, I can easily refuse the treatment to any patient. So after the treatment starts, I'm liable by the law to not reduce it. So I have the full wish and will to reduce it. So thank you, Dr. Arun. Thank you, Dr. Bhavna. Any more? Oh, thank you, Dr. Shravani. So thank you, Dr. Rajan Veerthend. So on Facebook. So any queries, feel free to unmute yourself and ask. I know it has been long. Some of you logged in at 8 o'clock. I got delayed by 30-40 minutes because of my unexpected guest. But of course, always invited. They were good guests. I won't say hi aage dimag khane. No, they were very good guests. But unfortunately, they had some communication issues, so they could not contact us. But yes, they were here for a very short purpose. So please feel free to ask any queries. If there are not any, let's call it a day. And I see you in the evening again at 5 o'clock sharp. I'm sure there should not be any delay because I have less margin because I have to go at a function at 8 o'clock. So let's hope. Okay, then if we are done, please do drop in your feedback or your takeaways and your choice, whatever what you want to. So please feel free to do that. And I see you soon on the other side very soon. Bye bye. Take care.